All right, guys. Welcome back to the IMAX It YouTube channel. I'm your host JD. If you're new, please do smash that like button, share, and definitely subscribe. And if you're a avid fan of the channel, keep on doing that great work by sharing the contents far and wide. We really and truly appreciate it. So you saw by the title, it's clear. Are we going in the right direction? We have actually broke some information yesterday to you guys that Mr. Heimir Hallgrímsson fielded his first 32 local squad in the non-FIFA window. All right, and as you can see, we have Winfried Schäfer as well connected to it. So we want to ask you guys, what's the difference between Winfried Schäfer's and also Mr. Hallgrímsson? Let me know if you guys are hearing me well and everything, all right? Because obviously we have a lot of things never connected, and this is a 2-hour show. Just something to look at. Tomorrow for the personals that like when we break down the Reggae Boyz abroad, tomorrow we will be doing that when we kind of get more information there. All right. So as you come in, please do smash the like button, share, and subscribe. So we saw a few people already in the chat. Linkman pop up, massive respect. Then we have Sean Base, massive respect. Sheridan in the building, and then we have Umzo. All right, big up everyone for joining. So anyways, after doing that video, a lot of people texted me asking all sorts of questions, and we had to answer them because, and then a lot of them they were happy. And then I asked them a question: is it that because remember, when we just came here, our intention, all personnel's intentions, were always to make sure Jamaica can go places, but also sustain it after going places. Right. All right. So when I heard a person called me and said, damn, I feel good that we saw some people getting called up and wouldn't mind they do make the national team. And I'm saying, okay, no problem. All right. So are you 100% confident that these guys can take us to the next level? They're saying no, but they can still resonate to them a little bit more. So I said, okay, so what happened to the future of the kids then? Because remember, if we qualify, we do get certain amount of funds. All right. So what happened to the kids them and stuff for the future, and what happened to Jamaica for the future? And he couldn't answer, and that's why I got this idea in my head to just talk about it. All right. So we are going to go through the squad yesterday that came out yesterday, give you our quirks in and around it as well. Yes, so make sure as you come in, leave your thoughts under the re-upload and such. All right, thanks very much for being here. Yes, and hope you guys are having a wonderful day. So anyways, Winfried Schäfer's his statement that I've covered for you guys, and I love everything is coming full circle. He said the last time, I'm going to go through it just to make sure you can get it. Let me just pull up the information tab right here so you can get it, and then we will go through everything. So this will be an informative one. No quick fix. Jamaica needs a long-term plan for success. Former Reggae Boyz head coach Winfried Schäfer. All right, and this was in February the 23rd. I actually did report it on it, because I thought that it would have come back in Andy, in which it came full circle, but maybe with a different personnel. All right, former Reggae Boyz head coach Winfried Schäfer strongly believes that if Jamaica's football program is to succeed, football program, all right, yes. So make sure you put that in the higher bracket, all right? The governing body must invest in a long-term plan. In an exclusive interview with Caribbean National Weekly, CNW recently, the 72-year-old German who coached the Reggae Boyz for 3 years between 2013 and 2016 stressed the importance of developing the local talent. All right. He also says striking the right balance by aiding professional talent to complement and motivate the local players is essential. All right. It doesn't matter if you are German, England, or Jamaican. All right. Obviously, he's German, so sometimes he will not say it the way you really want it because his first language is German. All right. You need a long-term plan and national and international cooperation to succeed. Schäfer's offered. All right. You can't think from match to match. from month to month. When I started as a coach in Jamaica, I stressed that point and explained the steps we would have needed to take. All right, so what is he talking about? He's talking about when he came in, he had all of these things given to him, maybe not from the lower tier, but definitely at the national level. He had that given to him, and he at first he thought that the locals could have really, he could have used the locals as his backbone. And as you know, we are going to go through it later. He gave a lot of persons debuts, and he came to the conclusion that he couldn't get where he wanted to challenge with these personnels with the locals. He had to go overseas and get professional players. Hence why he said that in order for we to go places and maintain it, we definitely need to get a long-term plan for the locals. So what I'm going to ask you, the first thing is 4 years for Hallgrímsson, would that be enough to set in stone for everything to be okay, to carry out Mr. Schäfer's plan? Because clearly it's a different coach, but they had similar ideas. I was championing this idea for a while back. Yes, that's one thing. So let me know. You think 4 years is enough? Because obviously more others thinking like last time Paula came on, he said a 10-year. And now we know that it's 4 year Mr. Hallgrímsson has. So you think that that will be enough, or you think that is good enough to set at least the model going forward? Let me know in the comment section, because it's definitely important. All right. So, but at the same time, let me flip over right here to the players. Right to the players. At the same time, guys. At the same time, you have to strike the balance between what your expectations are. If you're going to invest too much in the lower tier, if you're going to say that, all right, we're going to invest to get the players in the training program, that's okay. But if you say they want to incorporate them with the other players, then it's going to take way longer. Just like what we were trying to say to Jamaica and Ghana. All right, Schäfer started out trying to do that exactly, and it didn't work. So he kind of reverted back to the higher profile players them. So the English players them coming in, and also the higher profile local players them, like the guys them that went overseas and start getting their development at a higher level. So that's what he started to figure out, and that's exactly what he said, and he started to get success. So I just never knew why they actually move on from him, because I thought that he was better than before. You understand me? But maybe other personals in our own, if I talk to the president, I will ask him what really went wrong with him, because he was getting what they needed, the team. The most raving reports in the last 10 years over the Reggae Boy system, and also over the Reggae Boy in general. Surprisingly, it was all under Mr. Schäfer's. It was all under him. You get me? Because they were playing in a structured manner, getting some big results, some massive results for the Reggae Boys, and they were moving from strength to strength and reached some heights that they never reached before. So even though a lot of people jumped to say that he was not a success, I was always struggling to say, why you think he's not a success? Because when I checked everything, he was one of definitely the best coaches. You can't match him with Rene Simons. Reason being, Rene Simons, he was in a different time when it was a little bit more. It was more in the CONCACAF was much more physical and less technical, to be honest. And if you go back and watch, if you were older and you're watching in those times, it was much more physical rather than technical. So it's much more challenging. It's harder for you to compare managers to managers from complete different eras. All right, and I thought that he did very good for the matches that presented in itself. But at the same time, we don't want to stray from the point. Are we going in the right direction? Because this man tried similar directions before and it never worked. So I want to ask you guys, are we going in the right direction? So that is definitely the first question to ask you guys. Then we go through the list for personnels that never got it before. Yes. All right. So smash the like button as you come in, guys. Let me rush the video to 100. Share it to your friends and family. Subscribe and do all of those great things. All right. So we have our cook says, bless up Sir JD and IMAX family. Richard Stewart said, after a few sessions, Hallgrímsson will know who can make the cut. But we should not look at this 32 for just 32. We should look at it a little bit different. All right. We should look at it to say that. All right. We should look at it to say this is not just the 32 because I don't believe in this 32 per se. I don't believe in this 32. I am going to look for the fourth 32 that he's going to pick down the line. You know why? Because I don't believe this is his 32. I've heard man bragging that they showed him players and all sorts of things. And I hope he's not taking those advice from people that are not qualified. I hope he just stick to his books and his team, which is that's what I respected him for. I hope he sticks to his book. More than anything else, stick to your book and stick to your game plan. Hope you don't be influenced by our people. Just do your job because that was the reason why I wanted you here in the first place. It's not for you to be here, achieve things, and then come and listen to average human beings. I'm very sorry. You're educated on the matter. Don't listen to anybody. Just do your job. So that's why I'm not so believing in this list so far. I will wait until the fourth list or so when I know that he gets the chance to go and watch all the teams and then he can pick his own list what he wants. All right. This is a combination of YouTube hype, actual people performing in the JPL and personnels close by giving information and maybe 10% of what he saw. 10%. Maybe just 10%. So if I will not judge this list as yet until the right time comes. All right, I will judge this list on the fourth try. I hope they keep it up and go to the fourth try. But for me now, the only difference now, I'm going to go straight back to where I started the video when the person saying that he can resonate towards this team a little bit more. You know, and I had to say to him that you have to either decide. I am okay with it staying this way, and anyone that goes in and perform, they are okay to go straight up to the national team. You get me? But it should not be mandated that this what you're using, we should pick from it. It should be based on only performances throughout the entire pool. So if you're bringing in these guys and they're playing astronomically better than the A pool, then you take that player and bring him up. You get me? But to the fans, them forced. That's why I don't want him to go down this fans and this Jamaica centric thing. I think we brought him in because he can think for him own self. You understand me? So I don't want this to go down the route of people influencing man. You are taking influence because you want to pamper to people. You might lose your job very fast. You understand me? Yes, you might lose your job a little bit faster than you got it, to be honest, you know? Yes, and I think people would agree. You understand me? No, you need to do your job. If it's not going to fill the stadium, due to the fact that you have to pick the right players, then no, your duty is to get us to the World Cup and also develop the football in Jamaica. The football in Jamaica can be developed without putting people in the national team. All right, so it does not necessarily mean a man have to put a player in the national team, because I had to be explaining these things to people because they are saying that, oh, Jamaica, it's like even humble one always come here and say, always go back to the xenophobic thing. No, 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 no. It's not a xenophobic thing. It's like our culture is embedded to believe that we have to pick the players them from right now. It's soon reach a time with people inside Jamaica at this point. They believe that even Leon Bailey and those guys should not be representing the team. It should just be for the youth them to break out. That's the feeling that, let me know if that's the feeling you got from the reasoning from people. Because I've been reasoning a guy and a lady, two separate persons, because they have their families around the team. And I'm saying, no man, you know that in the future, remember what Miss Hallgrímsson coming to do, you know, is to make sure we can break through more talents overall. You get me? It's so if your son missed out this time of making a national team because we have a truckload of talent now, at least your grandson will have a fair chance to develop as a proper footballer inside Jamaica and be able to go places, make more money, and also be able to make the national team. So maybe you can substitute your style right now to support the team regardless of who is on the team, for your grandson to be able to have a better chance than your son. You understand me? And when I explained it to her, she said, "Oh wow, I understand where you're coming from, Yes, because that's the thing, guys. The people them just don't understand. So you see me saying some of them xenophobic, I won't say that anymore. Because once I explained to the person understood that, oh, okay, I see where you're going. We have better players like in England, both born in Jamaica and who overseas can play for Jamaica, and we have a true chance to win the world, win not win, but win the qualification spot. All right, win the qualification spot, and we would make $10 million just qualifying. We have a 5 million coming up right after that, and due to how we perform, we can get more money. So you put that together, you realize you have a couple billions of Jamaican dollars. So you know much pitches and infrastructures can be added to that around the country. You understand me? Plus what we are going to keep on getting and more scouts coming in. So that's why it's always good to split the balance and don't leave the Jamaican national team to say you're going to just flat out restart. You cannot restart because Jamaica don't have that luxury of funding and infrastructure to restart. And actual talent, we don't have that talent to just flat out restart and believe that in the next short 10 years we're going to have it to compete with everybody in the world. No, we don't have that. So we have to keep on pushing, and people have to just know that it's a little bit harder, but everything have to go with it. It was a good conversation at the end of the day, and it taught me a lot of things. It taught me that some people just don't know, and you have to reason with them, All right, so let me see what the comment section says, and let me know, guys. Get on board, because I don't hear you guys commenting. I want you guys to follow the story, because I'm getting engaged back with the culture, and listening to people. JD, I think it's common practice now that most coaches get 4 years. After this, they get evaluated, and if making progress, he will be given more time. So 4 years is good for me. All right, thanks very much, Dr. Dan. Ryan says, I think we are going in the right direction, but I hope we are not looking for a quick fix, because we tried these quick fix and it didn't work. All right, fair enough. Rockford, massive respect, thanks for being here. Richard Stewart, is Mount Pleasant starting team get called up? No, but you have to look at what they are doing in the league. Mount Pleasant Cavaliers, they are two of the better performers. You understand me? They are two of the better performers. All right, half of Mount Pleasant players got invited. Bless up Owen, massive respect, thanks very much for being here. Yeah, man. All right, so yes, so it's okay. Let me just go through the list and then we can start the conversation, because we try to go with Schäfer's, what he started with and what he ended up with. So you see, like Ryan Stewartson that says, hope we're not going for a quick fix. Ryan, we tried the longer fix with Schäfer's. So that's why I'm glad that I put Schäfer's in the story, so you can know that with the last time we tried the longest fix and it never worked. All right, so make sure Ryan, stay with us and make sure you follow the story. All right, because we did try the first one and it never worked either. So you can't just say, oh, they're not going for a quick fix. All right. Yes, because we tried the quick fix before and it never actually worked out. Or no, the long fix and it never actually worked out. And most people never even told you that. You get me? The second thing is people saying that they're glad that the local guys getting a chance. Guys, that is not true. The local guys are not getting a chance now. From we know ourselves until now, it has been always all local guys in the team. All right, so that statement is not true. That these are not true things. These are not true things. There is no influx of complete There is no influx of complete dominance of overseas players. That is not true. This is the first time in Jamaica's history we have so much overseas players on the radar to come and play for Jamaica. The first time in Jamaica's history. No, the facts is there, and we are gonna go to the facts, guys. So you see anybody come around talking about local guys them need a chance, that is a flat out lie, and you're uneducated. You are very much uneducated, and you are the ones piling on these problems, confusing the people as well. All right, because that is not true. That is absolutely not true. Local Jamaican team has always comprised of almost 70 on average percent of local players. 70 in its entirety. In its entirety, 70% in totals. If you check from the first time Jamaica started to play football till now, 70 if not more are always local Jamaicans. All right, so that is not something that is true. It's not true, guys, at all. It's not true. So obviously football has improved over time. The region has improved over time. If you look at United States saying that they are trying to move away from the MLS players them. You know why? Because they're further in their development. They just went to the World Cup, saw that even some of their USL MLS players cannot cut it at this point. All right, and they are one of the top teams, one of the top leagues in our region. But they got a taste of the World Cup and realized they can advance themselves even more because they have players that they're sending over and performing at higher levels. So they're going to always go for those guys at this point. All right, so we have to, even though we want certain development, we have to be educated on what we're doing. All right, and always keep an eye on the persons what you're competing with. We cannot go in with this mentality of we are Jamaica, we big, fast and strong. It will not work because education is always important. If you don't know what the opponent doing, you're going to go into a fight blind. And a blind man not going to win no fight. All right? Because you cannot turn up and just try do things on the spot. You're going to have even the greatest squad and you cannot do anything with the greatest squad. It makes no logical sense. So look at the standards of other persons them and tell me if you think we are going in the right direction. I've explained everything to you. Schäfer's tried this exact thing before and implemented in the national team, the full team. He brought in most of the locals, gave them their debuts. So he went one step further than Hallgrímsson, and then after a year or so, he realized that it's not working and had to revert back to professional players. All right, so that's the story and that is the facts because it came out of his own mouth as well, and the statistics backed it as well. We're gonna get straight to that. All right, so it's two things. You're okay with this squad just being test out squad, and if talents come through it, that's it. But you don't want this thing to become the backbone of what we're trying to deem for success, because I don't think that could not work. That this has to be for the longer haul, because majority of these players will need more to compete with the bigger level players. Even them themselves would tell you that. All right, so I hope this is just exactly what they're doing, is a training thing, and then if you're good enough on this list, you move up to a different rank. So you categorize them, all right? So if you're good enough to play for a big team, no problem. But we can't rely on this, because I heard the coach made a statement at start that's saying that he's going to only pick players for the positions that he wants. That's the overseas players he's talking, all right? And it never really settled well with me, because I didn't know what he meant. Obviously, his language that he speaks naturally is not English. So I don't know if he misspoke there. All right, so I'm getting confused because people going over the top for this squad, but when he said that he's not gonna run to go for he's just gonna go for what he thinks he need in one position for strength and stuff. But yet still people raving over this, so I'm confused. Are you thinking that these are the players that want to be the third string backups or something? would you want to get the best available backup? Because I want to have the best available backup, and I don't think it's going to damage these guys none at all. I think just from them getting the coaching, from the coach himself, is improving themselves, and then when they go elsewhere, improve themselves, they will improve naturally. I don't naturally believe that we should shorten our squad, shorten our selection from our wide pool, both locals and overseas born people that's playing at a higher level. I don't think we should shorten our pool just to facilitate people because true we want the stadium to pack. I am not into that because that's not going to gain any success, and that would be considered as a quick fix to gain fans in the stadium. No, I don't. If you're not good enough, you can't make it. You have to just use this as a part-time stepping stone to say you get some better training and you're equipped to go there and master a club, and then you get back on the field. I am not going to be driving no bandwagon with any facilitation of putting people in the team because they have high social media account and it will fill seats. No, so that means there's no 7+ development squad. I don't have time for that base because nobody using that in worldwide football. You know what is development? 19 years old that is already going to Arsenal and those places. So you cannot say you want one thing and then you're moving in the next direction. You get me? So I hope that's not what he's trying to do here, and we will learn by the fifth installment of calling these players, and it's closer to the time for we to get the Mexico game. All right, yes, but at the same time, if one of these guys turn up and perform well and deserve to be in the national team, I have no problem. But I don't want people to mandate put in the team like you're bad up people to say we accept that. No, I am not going to be happy with that because you have quality players worldwide that can represent Jamaica, locally born or overseas born, and they would feel are done that you're trying to make certain situation up, just to appease people. No, we are not into that. I want to hear from the fans, but that is my statement. And as you know me, I'm a straight talker. I'm not a round the bush person. You get me? And I'm not a follower. Anything I see, and you give me your objective, I want to say I'm gonna look at the best outcome. You get me? And if your objective is to make the World Cup, I don't think one man over here, USA, saying that they want to move away from MLS players. And then you have to appease the people and then qualify. I don't think that's going to work. That means you're disrespecting Panama, disrespecting Costa Rica, disrespecting Haiti, Suriname, and Curacao. No, I think that's going to be tough, but we're not going to jump to beat anybody. All right, we are going to take it easy, reason it out logically, and keep on moving. All right, yes. All right, so Kwani said Hallgrímsson will be another topper. I don't know, and I don't want to say so. You get me? I'm just trying to put it out there to make sure, with the reason that I've gotten and what I saw Schäfer's did, bring it back to the public because sometimes I realize, not sometimes, I realize people are here in the space to mislead people almost every time because they have their borderline intention to see certain things. You get me? And they are the ones that I would consider as xenophobic in the end. You get me? Yes. Jason Ferran, big up yourself, massive respect. Fabian Full, how you doing, man? Hope all is well. Said so true, JD. Yes, man. Rockford said JFF went in the wrong direction when they appointed Tapa. Okay, so you thought that we spoiled a bunch of good players that got away from us without reaching the right places. All right, Kwani said, my analysis of the whole situation is that Hallgrímsson never came here to coach Jamaica, but to be an academy coach to develop player. Okay, that's what he said. All right, cool. Then we have Arcook, not even player that get a call up and goes through coach's system will play for the team. Well, I hope that is the situation. All right. All right. So Umza said, in my humble opinion, Hallgrímsson isn't a player developer. His style of football is ugly, most anti-football. So he should focus on getting the team to the World Cup, not developing players. All right. So that is coming from Umza. I don't know why Jamaica is making this so difficult. Let the coach focus on getting to the World Cup. That's all. All right. So let me know if you agree with Umzo, saying that maybe they are putting too much pressure on the coach. Poor coach, he will have to teach players how to make 5 yard pass and basic control because local coaches can't get our players to do basic stuffs. That's coming from up and running. All right. All right. It's early days. Let the coach implement his philosophy. Yes, but we are doing that. But we are talking on what's by step. We can't just wait until a step finish. Then we come out with a docket reporting. You get me? Yes, we can't just make that. We have to talk on what the guy said so far. Everything goes step by step. No need to rush things because you can't fall in one time and then it's done. You need to start over. All right. Just hope we aren't too defensive minded. I don't know. I think sometimes starting much more defensive minded to go towards attacking. That's how you build majority of the teams, to be honest. Then we have Rich Pro JD. I have to agree absolutely with your JA stand. Serious reasoning position. Whether the JFF and coach Heimir go down that path, we shall see. Yes, man. That's why we say it straight, man. Because I got the feeling. I saw people sending me clip, people bragging, they're pointing, to players to the coach and all them foolishness there. No, the coach should be doing his own thing. You get me? I don't know if you're appeasing to people. Furthermore, nobody should be even close to the coach, to be honest. You get me? Because that's not what we're here for. We're here for to do your job, study, and then pick off what you saw, not what people trying to influence you on. You get me? Everybody have their own underlying narrative, you understand me? So we expected when we get you here, you should not be trying to force yourself in a culture. You should stand above and try to fit it, like try to learn it. You get me? Yeah, so you don't sink yourself in it and then start getting brainwashed by other people. And maybe that's how a lot of our previous coaches that came here failed. All right? Yes, because it's not everybody will actually want Jamaica to win. JD, do you see an early red flags? Early red flags? And that side, yeah, on that side, I thought that because when I'm old enough to remember when the older coach came here, he was the one that's making his decision. He tried to shy away from certain things and make his decision. So if I'm here first day hearing people talking about them tell somebody something, that is already a red flag because you never have no more educated coach than you. So then why is it take other people when I have no coaches, not have no sense? I tell you about player. You understand me? I indulge in that thing. So that is already a red flag for me. But I will take my time. I'm an honest person. I said I like the guy. So I don't want to come off the wrong way. But that is a red flag for me already. Because no average human being should ever can tell you nothing. You get me? That's just me. I don't want you to. I never hired you for people to tell a foolishness. You know, get a $1 billion for make people a fee for them play tell a foolishness. So it's a red flag to hear other people opinion. No, Demo, yes, him not me a YouTuber. Me can say me I say. But you should have your plan in your house with your team. Meron Gardner is a Jamaican. He's on the team. Him give you the information. You take the information and you move on to that. That's it. That's what me believe in. If you don't want to believe, if you don't want to agree with me, I said me not have no problem. But that's what I believe in. You get me? You stay, you do your job. Like, me no want to hear nobody I influence you. I don't want that to come even close to nobody thoughts because what you don't understand, Demo, is gonna go back to the same part where people saying that JFF I pick the team and all sorts of foolishness. So the further him stay from anybody in a Jamaica and just do him job, it's better for me. You understand me? So you have to give the perception that you are doing your job and people ain't influencing you. You get me? That's what I want. because we want it to work out, so we want it to go the right way. Because remember, at the end of the day, in the demo, it's people buying their jerseys, it's the people buying their tickets. So if people believe that other people influencing you, then and they don't believe in those people demo, you're gonna lose fans there. You want to make sure you can get yes, I know you're gonna disagree strongly, but I am telling you, it when Simons come here, nobody never that influence him. Him never speak English. Him never need no information from nobody. Him a do film thing and tell you what to do. Him not hear what you are saying, I tell you what him need, and then him structure him own thing. So go back demo and check Rene Simons reign, and then you realize. All right. No, no, no. He disagree. I might know why he disagreed, but I have no problem with that. But I am telling you what I expect from him, because that's what I expected from him from day one. You understand me? Yes. Demo, quality comes from our quality in your what I would say, performance come from the reason why we pick him is because he's educated. And we said that we wanted him to be as good as Paula, but have the achievements. You listen good, you know. No, 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 no. Don't twist it, Demo. I have never said he did not got a lot of help. I said he was the commander of his ship. That's what I've said, Demo. So don't twist my word. That's what I've said. He was the man that making the shots and doing his thing and tell people what to do. All right. So a man you can still help a man, but the man tell you what to do. That's the difference. No man when have the level of intelligence or have the level of education towards what we pay you for should help you do your job, especially making a decision in your job. I am not happy with that, and I will not ever support that. That's all I'm saying, Demo. And if you say agree, you disagree with that, then well, Demo, then you cannot coach a team then. You cannot coach a team. 4 of your friends, you just put together and collect the money and coach a team. You get me? Because when we bring a person here for a job, that's what we want them to do. Yeah, we don't expect him to come and take information from a man who know about football. We bring it in because they know about football. Yeah, but anyway, let me continue. Let me continue. We really hear Demo's follow. Big up yourself, Jason Good. Massive respect. Our cook, it is great to see local squad get called up. Though imagine all those family and yes, we know. That's why I started my conversation saying the person that I talked to is a Jamaican, one of her family on the list. And I explained to her because she thought that it's going to be straight towards playing national programs. And I said, no. But it's a look-in because we might have more listing to come. I don't know if this is the final 32 of people that they are going to be looking in. But it would not be that case because they're going to be here for 4 years. You get me? So I think they're going to have more people that they do look on. You get me? Yes, over time. You get me? Yes, but this will just be a training session that you can perform, and if you're good enough, you get picked towards something else. And I explained to her that you know we have top players. You know, I'm not gonna say they're better than anybody on this because I don't know what they're gonna do to the coach or how impressive they're gonna look to the coach. I don't know, but we have top quality players already playing. So I was trying to convince the lady to say that you can go to matches regardless of who got selected. You can go to matches regardless of who got selected. That's what I was trying to convince her because it's like it's because of who she know on the field why she would want to support them. And I'm saying no, you can't do that because that's what holding us back, to be honest. You get me? Yes. So I understand what you're saying, our cook, but come on, we have to educate the people. You get me? So what we want to do? Go places and more likely lose. But because the people can resonate to the people, everything is okay. So that means what we need to do then. All right. So for instance, look now. Let me take out all the English guys, all the American guys, We can pick a team of Jamaican players that a lot of Jamaican people don't know either. We can pick up a team of a lot of Jamaican players that Jamaican people don't know either because they're overseas a while now and the football just coming back to them. You got me? So that will still cause some problems because when we talked about some players and when they came back in the team, most people never even knew that they were actual Jamaicans. Most people never even knew that they were actually born Jamaicans. They never knew that. Daniel Johnson, nobody knew that he was born Jamaican. They thought he was an Englishman, and they took him for an Englishman. You understand me? So come on, man. Come on, man. We cannot have that behavior to say that people can resonate to them family in the team. No, man. If that's what you're relying on, to get full of stadium, well, better stadium empty, and we'll go to the World Cup and collect the money. From qualifying for the World Cup and try invest in the other youths them and teach them the right way along to get to the right level. You get me? Better we do that because we're gonna make enough money, maybe more than what we are gonna make for the gate receipt just by qualifying just the same. Maybe we're gonna make more money in the end just by qualifying, to be honest. So if people don't want to come to the matches them, and we have a better chance to qualify with the people them that most people can't resonate with, locals and overseas born, we have to just do it. We can't be pampering to people, man. I'm very sorry, man. I don't like that statement of people can resonate towards. No, man, that should not be the case, man. Because you have Jamaican guys that went overseas early. Look at the under-20s guys. Look how the lady mother, the youth mother that went to Spain felt. He went overseas, but nobody knew him. Nobody knew him, and he came in the national team and performed well. So you're going to tell me that if we have 24 of those players that are playing at a higher level, they are Jamaican born and come here and represent Jamaica, people can't resonate to them because what them never grew up in a Jamaica because them left a little bit earlier to further their career. Because that's what we heard from Andre Blake. Andre Blake I said, boy, only if you don't have another chance, but once you have a chance, him thinks that even if you have to go over college, it's kind of better than him no one, not the JPL or nothing, but it's kind of better. So go over Simon and listen to what Andre Blake says. So Andre Blake, that you guys praise so much, he's telling you the same thing. So what if you have 24 Jamaicans left now, and you still have these guys, but yet still have the next mindset where people can resonate to, because they left from early? You wouldn't pick them? Come on, man. We need to stop with this sympathy thing, man. You see, the same thing I told you about, with the sympathy views things and them stuff there. We are going back to the sympathy thing. So it's not about who can do something. It's about who can gain the most attraction out of the thing. And we need to move away from that. You get me? We need to move away from that, man. It's serious, man. And the people and fans from Jamaica is the biggest problem. Believe it or not, they are the problem. That's coming from Sean Bass. I believe it, I believe it. Because so many times I listen to them and I'm saying, damn, wow, this is how you really think about it? All right, cool. One Jamaica, mine, son's your daughter. Julian, yes, JD, Jamaica football program going the right direction. All right. So Julian likes it. All right, that's fair. Island Card said, I totally agree with you on that, JD. Yes, man, we need to start educate ourselves on the matter a little bit more, because the problem why people can come and fool you every single time. You get me? Like when I talk, and no matter, you guys can Google it fast to see if I'm talking the truth. You understand me? But when other people talk, you can't look like on the Google don't work, because they're just telling a bag of lies, and fooling you guys, because it benefits them, but yet still, because they're telling you what you want to hear. You get me? And we don't want to pay a man $1 billion to do what we want him to do. The reason why we choose him is because he's qualified and we damn not qualified. So that's why I'm telling Demo that me no want to hear a man when I have not sense to football. I go tell the man where we just bring in, say, have so much sense to football. So what we pay him for? You understand me? Why we pay him then? You get me? Nobody come and tell me, say, oh, even the simplest man can teach me something. We love them little 1 to million chance behavior, the man. We signed this man because this man good enough to do the job. So we don't need the body to tell me, but when me sure no know about football, to tell them this man where we signed to say this is the man to take our team forward for the next forward. That means we in a bad space then. If that's the case, you say strongly disagree with me, Demo, that means we in a super bad place already, and we not start. Alright? Yes, I am telling you. If that's the case, we in a super bad direction, and we not start as yet. Me can promise you that. Alright? What club does Ramone Blake play for? Thought he would get called up. He plays for Waterhouse. Good player, man. Good. We had a good segment talk about him yesterday. We talk about his talent and everything. And we talk highly of these players just the same. But we have to contextualize things, guys. We have to contextualize things. And these YouTube things can have a positive impact on the team or a negative impact. That's why we need educated people running these channels. I totally agree with you, 1,000,000,000%. According to JD, it because of their position in the league. Yes, yes, man. The man them deserve to make the team. The man them deserve to make the team. The man them deserve to make the team. This 32, I have no problem. Maybe one or two players. And when I heard that people get played and they're doing well, I said I conceded to the position for those players. So I have no problem with the players them selected here. Obviously, I would put because you have Dujuan Richards and Malachi Douglas. I said that maybe you could have squeaked in two of the other top performers in the Manning Cup. But that's about it. You get me? I have no big qualms about this, and we had Brian Mighty came on and said that he's okay with the list. All right, so I'm not gonna fight too much about this list. All right, yes, we can't fight Cavaliers. They deserve their spot. Atkinson, one of the best players in the league, and to be honest, he was one of the best players them showcased for Jamaica. Period. In the CCCC, everybody, majority of others them never really lived up to the height, included Richard King. So Atkinson outperformed Richard King. Richard King keeps his spot based on who he is, and he performed for Jamaica before. Colin Anderson is the top goal scorer for his team. So he's in it. Kyle Ming showcased that he has quality and might can rival Richard King, so he deserves to be there. So the four positions there, and they said Jadine White started 8 games. I'm going to still confirm that. So he deserves to be in it. You understand me? Yes, so I have no problem with the 5 Cavalier players them. And the Mount players and players them, I maybe around 3 of them I don't know, but the rest I think they're performing well based on what I have researched. Alright? Yes, so I don't have so much problems with the Mount players and players them being in it. Alright? Alright, I remember when Nikai, Finderson and even Taylor came back from national duties, they were and still greeted like heroes in their community right now. Alright, then we don't have a problem with that, Arcook. But listen to what I've said, Arcook. Alright? Then Arcook, are you going to be satisfied with this alone? Because it's going to be tough for them to make the national team. That's all we're saying, you know. You get me? That's all we're saying, Arcook. So you cannot just force them in the team based on the fact that you want to say that they need to make the team for we to get fan support. I think we should. I think the JFF and the man them that's going around on all the YouTube channels them need to do a better job convincing the people to support whosoever play. Because remember, you're putting up the coach, you know, to put him behind the 8 ball, you know, to achieve exactly what you want him to achieve, you know, with perceived lower level players, you know. Just because you want a man to be granted as a hero in his community, you know. We're past that arc. Our levels right now in football, not just Jamaica, but football in its totality, past that level. Football is about education right now. Education, period. All right? Spoon feeding. So people want to be in the national team for clout, not to give it their all. I understand what he's saying, you know. I understand what he's saying for people to can resonate and come back to the national team. But what I would say, I would agree, let we do more of this, more of these trials to get more of them here. And if they show promise, we can take them to a next step. But not the next step if they are not good enough. That's all I'm saying. You get me? So at least you know that someone looking at you, you go back to your club, improve, and if you reach the level that we should give you a call up, you get the call up. You get me? But Arcook, I wouldn't go further than this. I would be okay with this. If it's a 50, if we have to do 60 of these call-ups for everybody to be looked at, I don't have any problem. And if they improve to the level that the coach would want to take them, I have no problem. All right? Yes. So I did agree with you, you know, but I just don't agree with forcefully put them in the national main team in the stadium so that we can fill stadiums. I don't agree with that, and I think a lot of people would not agree with you. Young Kings Entertainment, massive respect for the super chat. You mean for the subscription. That's the only thing. So listen to me good. I have no problem with this. I actually commend this because this is what I wanted to hasten their development program to set it starting. I have no problem with this. But I just don't like the term where people as call me and say, yeah man, that's what they need to do for go even further. You know, like put the man in the national team so people can resonate to them. That's the only thing I don't like. I think Andre Blake them are Jamaican born. Damian Lowe them are Jamaican born. Leon Bailey is one of the most hyped Jamaican baller. So you're gonna tell me that soon people can't resonate to Leon Bailey because him they are foreign too long and we need to just put them players in the team? No. You cannot do that, man. Me know where you say it feel good for community base, I understand. But we cannot just push it overboard. This is one good step that the man make. The man get him data them and people keep on performing. And then whosoever make the team. I have no problem. We will cheer on them just the same because we know they deserved it. Alright? So Mr. Blake, that's all on the man, it's all on the man. Just me talk, man. Let me talk, brother. When me talk and then me call them, man. Maybe just start, man. Finish me showing them me open the panel when me want to open the panel. Alright? Yeah, man. Just let me talk, big boss. You get me? Me have a one-to-one me I try to do with the people them and then me take the call them. Alright? Big man, seriously, we're tired to see players representing us at the highest level that can't control. Tyrell, it's tough, you know, because our culture different in the Tyrell. That's what me I try to tell you. I'm glad how I see people in the chat. Actually, I tell you, say them okay with it. You get me? Because them want to see them friend and them stuff. But me I say what? So you know want to see we can constantly go to the World Cup. The behavior like these you make it hard for the coaches them, you know. You get me? And it kind of cripple our future as well. You get me? Google don't work. They not even commenting. Okay, all right. Hold on. Free up the get a youth stem. No man, don't, please. That's why I don't like to talk these topics, you know. Because the lady literally said I should talk about it, you know. Because I can educate more people on the matter, you know. I don't because it will come off like we are 18 on people. No, we're not. So hold on, barely the man get a youth. Andre Blake, them gonna get a youth. Shamar Nicholson, a jungle him come from like myself, you know. So what we are talking about? Yo, we need to start the foolish one. Even Klopp had speak with lesser coaches than himself in Liverpool to understand culture and all that. Nothing is wrong with getting opinions from other people. You don't have to do it. No, I'm telling you, no, I said no, I will go against it. No. You have a team, your team bring the information to you. That's why you widen the team and took Jamaicans on the team. You get me? Yes, I think that because at the end of the day, Demo, you don't know who can sell you out. If you're taking information and you're putting in information in your sets, what if someone want to sell the information that he gave to you? You understand me? I'm not saying people doing that, you know. I'm just trying to show you a different side, Demo. Alright, so you have a lot of things. Just make your things stay in-house. That's all I'm saying, Demo. That's all. Nothing. I'm just saying it should be staying in-house. GA, everyone, big up yourself, Michael Sadler. JD is the European football license available to CONCACAF countries? Yes. But I think you have to go there to get the practical. Because I never. We are not asking or begging. We need real better players and no man, we need to still develop, you know, because remember the show start, you know. Mr. Schäfer said the same thing as what Hallgrímsson is trying to do. So I'm not going against what's going on. I'm actually in support to it. But I'm saying to what extent? You get me? I don't want him to take it like because I've realized this is coming on to say that it want to be between a fans support and those things. Like you want to bring back a fan support. And I said no, that should not be that should not be a part of the way you select things. That's what I'm saying. So I just making sure we build this video to put it out to say it should not be about fan support. We don't care about fan support. We want the team to be good. So you have to be good players, not internet sensations or click titles or big names and you drive people in the stadium. No, it's not going to work. You're going to actually be good to fit the team, and that's what we want. You get me? Yes, that's all I'm saying. So I'm okay if you're good and you're there, no problem, you're there. All right, Chris Smith, bless up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. Shinobi, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. I didn't say they are going to play. Okay, okay. You're just saying that's based off just the selection. All right, we agree with you then, Arcook. We agree with you if it's just based solely based off the selection. But anything else, a forcing thing, we are not in support with it. You get me? Yes, because we love these guys on the list and we want them to do a good job. But we have to do it, we have to stay in line with our brain cells. All right, we can't go over the top. You get me? Because it will cost us in the end. Big up, big up, big up. Padrino, massive respect. Chris Smith says, such as JD, why don't they support the JPL? Because if local players can't fill the stadium in JPL games, but I think JPL games get good support, to be honest. I think JPL games get good support. Am I lying? I saw the games and the games look like we are getting good support, right? Would you not say that? I think we're getting good support, man. All right. All right, so okay, on 120, okay, people get the likes up to 100 and let we keep on running it. We are almost up to, what, 1 hour? 2 hours should be the target. What I'm going to do is open the chat for people to come in. We are going to open a Discord so people can come in and give their say. And let we keep it organized, all right, and respectful. And let we try keep, we don't want anybody coming to take over the show. We have to keep the show with the commenters them because the commenters are important, all right? Yes. CPT, JD, which other country out there don't want the best players to play for their country? The only country I heard had certain selection acceptance problems. I don't want to say this, but it was only Ghana. Ghana was the only country that I heard that they are saying that, oh, they want their player from this region play for the country, that region, and why are we going for that? So only Ghana we have heard that problem from. All right. One love, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. All right. Triple E, JD, I am more thankful we have a well-seasoned professional coach who is not going to fall for any irresponsible decision for JA. All right. JD, schoolboy football get more support than JPL. So the argument is flawed. That if we use local players, well, I still believe that JPL get more support than the national team. Schoolboy football get more support than both. But I still believe that JPL get more support than the national team. I think more people get up to go there because they can resonate to them. So I think our cookie is correct in terms of who can resonate to the people. All right. Yes, I do believe that is true. Richard Stewart said, I'm being sarcastic, JD, when I say free up the ghetto youths. Yes, man, I just have to say that we have ghetto youths that's playing overseas and they are ghetto youths just the same. Jamaican good, a massive respect. Thanks for being here. JD, look at the under 23, under 20 games that played in Jamaica, only local born players, and it's empty. All right. Okay. All right. Understand. All right. BM. All right. What BM say no? All right. JD, just saw the US MNT January camp roster. And there are only professionals from MLS, EPL, Spain, Mexico, Canada, Denmark, and Germany. They are not even the World Cup players. Wow. Okay. That's good. That's good. MPW4. So Jamaican people, go and check that out. See, MPW4 just said he saw the roster for United States, and it's all professional players. So go and check it out as well, because we had said something like that early on in the conversation. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to drop the Discord link so you can join the call. You can just follow the Discord. So in the future, if you want to come on, you can join the call. All right. And remember, we are just reasoning here. We are reasoning here. So if you disagree with my take, no problem. I am one of the ones them that have balls in this space that are not afraid to say what I believe. All right. So if you don't agree with it, I have no problem for you not to agree with it. You just give me a different way out, and then we can have that conversation. Big up, Stefan, right? Massive respect. Rich Poe said, get a youth for free up. Oh God. Another note, JD, have you an opinion exactly how far you would go to sell Reggae Boyz
Mm.
plan to a player?
Mm. 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 Mm.
once it's good for we to, if the player is good enough, we will go as far as possible to sell the plan to the player. We are not further away from begging because everybody begs. All other countries begging players to play. So I don't know why Jamaica would be different and what kind of super juice Mr. Hallgrímsson has in his plan to make we so super better that we don't have to beg other people to play. No, 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 no. Begging other people to play always on the card. This is what I called the equivalent of England C team, where non-professional players in the lower leagues get a chance for international football. All right. Fair enough, fair enough. Martin, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Christmas said, JD, only some games in JPL have a lot of people. I don't know the stats for JPL. I'm not gonna steer here and lie to anybody. All right. Yes, but I do. When I watch the games, it looks like a lot of people there. It looks like a lot more people interested in the game than the Jamaica national team. You get me? And now we realize what is the problem. You get me? So are we going to bend towards the popularity contest or we are going to stay towards the actual football qualities? That's all we are asking. Clay and Martin, massive respect. Afternoon JD and the football fans. I see overseas players young as 16 play in professional teams. Usually play in the right age group when it comes to national team. Should Whisper play on the under 17s? He can't play on under 17s. He's older than that. But he's qualified for the under 20s and I see no problem if he's good enough to make the under 20s the next time around because that is the next thing I've said as well. When the next time around comes, we have to evaluate the players them again to see who is good enough, what we have in our whole arsenal to see who makes the team. You understand me? Who makes the team. You get me? So I don't think nobody is seasoned to make the team. All right. When we went into the Manning Cup, we thought that Whisper would have been the best player. That's the best player flat out. And then we saw how much other players that are super players. So you never may know. By the next under 20 comes around, maybe Whisper might not make the team because you have better players there. You might maybe Mr. Little Brother get super good in 2 years, or Satchel Little Brother. You never may know. Are the diaspora getting more players at a different level? You never may know. So this planning to say that these are people pre-designed for spots, I think that is absolute bollocks. You get me? The pre-designed spots are absolute bollocks, you know? I think the pre-designed spots who given to people makes no logical sense, you know? You can put it there, so if and try train the people and like go through the same methods that we're doing now, improving the youth and give them as much information. But when it comes back to the next under 20s, it's just gonna go straight back to the next under 20s, like the quality of the players on the day. If you're not good enough in the 24, that in the 20, I should say, that's it. You get me? So I don't believe in this predisposed spots for people. You get me? Because I don't know. We have a 16 years old that's playing for Rangers that can play for Jamaica. He's playing at a way higher level than Whisper. You understand me? So we never knew about him 3 years ago. We never know about him one and a half years ago. You understand me? So you just have that guy pop up. So what if 24 of those guys more pop up? We're going to say that we're not going to select them? No, I am not in agreement to that. No, we can. Let me know if you're in agreement to that. I cannot be in agreement to that. So the under 20 squad, I can't say we can pick our under 20 squad at this point. We have to wait. We have to still wait to see if we have the right players because we have to still go back and vet. You get me? Yes, man. We can't be picking teams like that, guys. We can't be picking teams like that. All right, nothing wrong with local camp. We have not said nothing like that. We actually agree with the local camp. We agree with the local camp 1000%. We agree with the local camp 1000%. But we are just discussing what people saying in the chat. You get me? And I'm saying, no, spot should not be mandated to nobody. You get me? Obviously, you're in the camps, in and around the team. So it should be favorable that you will get the spot, yes, because you're around the team. But if someone else pop up and 24 other persons pop up, you ain't getting in the game because you ain't better than them. You get me? Simple as that. That's how I look at things. I don't know if people agree or not. All right? But it's just the truth, you know? Drew video, JD, have you heard about the drama with USA Soccer going on currently? This may also have an impact on our prospect to qualify. Yeah, I heard the drama with Berhalter and stuff. Yeah, it could cause some problems. It could cause some problems. We will keep it close, and we have friends that covers the USA content. So definitely at one time I will let Tactical come and give you some take on it to let we be much more educated on the matter. Good day, Mr. Lanzi. Sorry about that, but I was trying to get to a point, and I just wanted to get the point out. So what are you saying towards this matter, Big Boss?
There are two things that I want to speak to as it relates to the topic that you're dealing with now. One, I hear you lamenting the fact that the coach needs to be as distant as possible from the so-called football minds in Jamaica and literally imprint the Jamaica scenario with his own philosophy and style and that sort of thing. I want to bring people back to, I think it was 94 when Rene Simoes came to Jamaica. He had come to Jamaica, he had reached Jamaica. And this is something that can be checked. In the meeting at the National Stadium in that little office, Rene Simoes walked out. And the reason he walked out is because he was too much of a professional to consider the technical director, the man leading the football in Jamaica, to be housed in a full cub. Let me use that kind of a definition type place. You cannot invite any investors. You cannot sell the product from where they carried him to have that meeting. And that was how the Jamaica Football Federation office idea was born. We have to reach the place, JD, where we realize we do not have what is required on the island to make us competitors on a world stage. We don't have it. At no level. What we have there is the raw material that can be worked with and prepped and prepared. And we will get there. Two quick things on the squad that you had running on the screen. Like you, I had a problem with this part of the coach's statement that he is not going to go for a lot of persons to put in the team. I have a major problem with that.
I just never like when he said that. That's where I start questioning things, because one movement looks extremely upbeat, and the next one you say it like, I never felt good when he said it, because I'm saying you need to come out a little bit more clearer and let me know what you really are not, because that don't sound well. But because I know that English is not your first language, I will give you a little time to see what's up with that statement,
JD, I didn't give him any time with the statement until the other statement was made. And let me finish with this point before I get to the other statement. The Jamaica team only has depth in quality at the front of the team or in the goal. Every other position is shallow, even when you have a good player there.
Facts.
Every other position is shallow. We don't have no right back. I guess our best position on the field would be left back, and that's Omari Bell,
Greg Lee,
and Greg Lee and Lambakisi.
Yeah.
So that would probably be our best. And even if we have 3. You have to think that you get your 5 best players for every position when you're going to be taking on 3 major competitions back to back. Because people seem to not realize that World Cup qualification starts 2024.
Agreed.
So we have Nations League. We have Nations League going into Gold Cup, going into World Cup qualifications. Injuries, falling off on form, aging players, suspensions for 3 major competitions back to back. It is impossible that you're not thinking, I need 5 players per position. So I need to find, I saw Simon doing 9 best players or 10 best players for each position on the Reggae Boyz commentary. Kudos to him.
Yes, that is good from Simon.
Because that is where the coach mind. Yes. Kudos to him. I've liked all of them. I've watched them in detail. Even some of them I had to watch after the fact. I didn't catch all of them live. But the coach has to be thinking, I need my 5 best players for every position, because 2026 actually begins. No. I caught your program yesterday with Jamaican Guna and Cataract on stream. And I don't wholesalely disagree with Jamaica Guna, but I want to say this. This coach cannot be thinking we cannot beat Mexico in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
In the words of Caleb, give me this mountain. He's 84 years old. They get to the promised land where the land is supposed to be divided up. But the reality is, despite the Herculean task, Mexico must be beaten in the Azteca. Even with 120,000 strong in there, Jamaica have to go there with the mentality.
They're gonna have 0 in there.
No, I know.
Mm-hmm.
No, I know. They're not gonna have the fans. I know that. But I'm saying, even if we were going into the garrison, because that is the Mexican garrison. If we were going into the garrison, Jamaica Hallgrímsson, if he does not have that mindset to take Jamaica there to beat them in the garrison,
hold on, Pastor. Hold on, Pastor. I'm going to drop the discard again. Guys, the discard sends you straight to the call. Once you go in there, you're going to be exactly on the show. It's organized and ready, all right? Yes. So once you go, you press it, you go straight into the call. I'm not asking, I'm telling you. I've made sure to make it as easy as possible. Yes. Continue, Pastor. Sorry about that.
So, 2026 begins now. To the 32 that have been called up. JD, if he did call up 60 people, there would have been a few that we could look on and say they could have been called up.
Mm-hmm.
No big list that he called up was going to satisfy everybody.
All right.
And I don't want us to disenfranchise those who have been called up by our favorite or the person we think should be called up not being there.
Yes.
This is the big statement. This is the big statement that the coach made that got me back after he lost me about not going to pick a whole lot of players in this squad. This is the big statement that got me back. I am here now, and for the next 2 weeks to a month, I will be looking at the local players, the local leagues, and the local players to see what is there, and so we can start to put things together on the grounds, because I am on the ground. If you take that player into context, all of these players that he has heard about or gotten glimpses of, because he has had 2 weekends to go to JPL games, so he could not have selected this squad from 2 weekends. So all of the players that he had glimpses of, heard about, he with his coaching staff pick this 32 so the coach can get a up close and personal look at them. There may be diamonds in the rough that he could carry nearer to his squad to take on Mexico. But by no stretch of the imagination should this be construed as being a team preparing to go play Mexico. This is exactly the fulfillment of what the coach said. I am here on the grounds. So my first action is to see them in their environment and to start implement the framework for what we're going to build out of. That is where he got me back. So when I saw this 32 member squad, I said, okay, so the coach is not a politician. He said he would look at them, and he has called them in to look at them.
Yeah. So and that's where I respect it. But I just had a problem when
first box stick.
I want to hear what he has in store for our diaspora players, them, how he's going to approach that. That's what I want, because, and at all levels as well, just like they have a plan for the development of players, we want to know how it's going to sync with the overseas players them at all levels. Because just like how we want to prepare them for the under 17, we want to know the transition for the youths them overseas for the under 17, so we can know that, okay, this is the plan going for under 17 for the next under 17. This is the plan for the next under 20s. You know, we don't have to wait until closer, then we are trying to sync under 20 players with the under 20 youths where we are grow up for 5 years. You understand? We want to make sure we know about him from now, so we want to hear his plan and that, or John Wall's plan. And
JD,
that's something that I will have to about, you know.
In the same interview, after he made the statement that he was going to do this first box stick, he said after that he will be going to look at players outside of Jamaica.
Yeah, but that's
so we have to expect.
Pastor.
So we have to expect.
Pastor, that is not what I've said. You know, I'm talking about the entire structure, like how we are here in a structure for Jamaica's develop. Obviously, the overseas youth them don't need the necessary develop. They only need to learn your system. So we want to know what we're going to expect. We don't want to hear that when closer to the under 17 or the under 20s, we're going to bring in the additional players them to match with the local guys them. Okay, you know what you just did now? You cancel out. If we could have 20 I demand them from overseas coming here to play for the under 20s, because you draw down the time to how close it is to make your packet to the players them where you have for the whole time. You get me? So we now see the full strength of our actual pool what we have, because we draw it down too close to the time of selection. You understand me? So that's what I'm saying. We want to hear
if he goes that route, I would be disappointed.
You want to hear from now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just like how we hear the local plan from now, we want to hear the overseas plan from now. Or we are gonna what we expect from all of these tournaments coming up. If we are going to have to wait until closer, then we hear about the overseas names that on the list, or we are gonna always periodically hear that, okay, we pick up this youth and we have him on the radar, we're trying to get him to play for Jamaica, educate the people them. So if when the people are educated, they are much more open to go and support the program, because they're informed to what's going on. So it's not just for we, the outside personnel, want to know. It's for the people that will have to support the program want to know as well. You get me? So they want to, and even the youths them, one second, even the youths them that will be competing for places want to know as well. You know why? That means they would have to be more ambitious, step up their game even to a next level, rather than who they're playing with directly. Because obviously we can all agree that the under 20s in Jamaica and the under 20s in America and the under 20s in England is far, far different levels. So if you know that you have 5 England men coming in and you have 5 American men coming in, you know that you're going to say, yes, man, I prepare to have my best. Every Jamaican would say that. I have a best I go against them. So the level of the Jamaican born players them step up just to face them. You get me? And the fans them know, yes, that type of talent we have, and we are sync them with the Jamaican players them for months, or at least them know of them, so them have to improve themselves or watch the guys them that they're gonna be playing against. Just you knowing in life something actually improves you as an individual, because you know something more that you never knew yesterday. It's all you strategize strategize around it. And I truly believe that we are a competitive set of people. We are going to start strategize how we are going to combat these guys coming in for the places. You understand me? So we make a better bunch of people going out to win competitions. Me don't want to hear about 2 months late before me hear say Harry Tam can play for Jamaica, Dead Dog can play for Jamaica, and them are going to come match up with 8 people. No, more I know about the 50 people from 10 months before. So I can scout the 50 people so I know say them better than the next 8 where I try forcing at the team. You understand me? Or the next 8 is as good. And we know the level of Jamaica football if the next 8 is as good as them. You get me? Say, we can get more information if you start earlier. And we can get more understanding if you start earlier.
That just puts some strength to what I believe Jamaican Guna was saying on the program yesterday. You said that, and I heard you say you agree in part to what he was saying.
Yes, I did agree.
From yesterday. So that puts some strength to what Jamaica Guna was saying yesterday. In that, we need to move away from, in principle, a Jamaican-born team and an overseas contingent, wherever overseas they are. We need to move away from that as quickly as possible. I know we neither have the money nor the FIFA window time to do this, so we will have to have camps in different locales based on where we have the players, where we can gather the players. So I expect there will be a camp like this somewhere in the Americas, and then there will be a camp like this somewhere in Europe. If he's staying true to getting the best players available to Jamaica to the team, if he's going by definition. And so far, despite our misgivings, we have to credit him for he has ticked the first box.
Yes,
you have to give the coach that amount of latitude.
Yes, we have
ticked the box.
I think you have watched the video. We have given him that, but we can move up because we are not clueless to what we're doing. We have information.
There's a big point.
Yes, so you said more than one thing.
There's a big point I heard you making this morning. There's a big point I heard you making this morning. I am not prepared to sit back and wait and see what he's going to do. I am holding him accountable for every word that drops out of his mouth. I'm going to step with him as we go along. So, for those persons commenting and saying, we need to wait and see. No, Pastor, now wait and see. Pastor is walking with the coach like how Renee Samuel to get Jamaica, dancing to the beat of Jesus Saves. And I heard Chatterak reiterating that churches in Jamaica is not only on Sundays, churches in Jamaica was praying for the national team. The Seventh-day Adventist churches did pray for the national team, even though I wasn't a Seventh-day Adventist in 94. The Adventist churches did pray for the national team from then. I want to say this. No single player can get fans in the stands. Jamaica is not that kind of culture. Jamaica is not moved by no one man. Except that one man has galvanized some people around him that we can believe in. Renee Samois is not to be taken lightly in what he did. And if Hallgrímsson has half the sense I credit him with, he is going to ensure that his philosophy is opened to the Jamaican public. Because we now buy nothing from JFF. And I'm not going down the road with the JFF operating before they signed Hallgrímsson, because that means I would just be coming here to point out their miscarriage of duties. I'm not going down that road. But based on the tradition, I am not buying anything from JFF. Hallgrímsson has to be the face of the JFF that I'm going to buy anything from. So his philosophy his methodology, the principles that he's going to lead by must be presented to the Jamaican public for us to move forward. And I am not walking behind the coach. I don't practice to walk back a no man. I'm walking beside the coach with this program. And may I try to set aside some money because me have 3 jerseys when me want to buy, but me want to buy the full suit. Me want to buy a full suit thing, but me have 3 jerseys when me have my mind pan. Say me I go buy. And me know say some people are going to say me have to buy jersey fit them. But I mean, I just want to say there are some things that the coach have to go Google for get in an English vernacular because him literally shoot me in my hip with one statement already. I mean, me not believe in taking too much shot.
All right, so Pastor, hold on. You have to join the Discord then because me have my chat a runway and me have deep in a Discord, so the confusion are going.
All right.
Yeah, so you have to join the
Okay.
Discord, yeah.
I will listen along.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, man.
All right, so thanks very much. We have 140 notes, guys. Get the video to 150. The more people hit the like button or dislike the damn video, but just do something. It actually helps the video, man. Come on, man. Why we have to always stream? Ask if you like the video, man. Come on, it's a 9 sometimes. Yo. Anyways, we must have a strong local core. They will be able to train more often as the big players will only be released on FIFA date. Okay, we have no problem with that. Jamaican Guna, we weren't discussing that. You're not gonna bully us to always have that conversation because we done with that conversation a long time, You get me? We want to know more about other people them. Me no want to hear every day about local core because that's like a stunt for actually we hear only one thing and then that's the only thing we live up to in the end. And then we have to always add people 2 months later and that me no want to hear. Me want to hear about everything because I want Jamaica me I deal with. Me not deal with local Jamaica only. You get me? That's why I'm gonna string up and say me have a local channel. Me have a Jamaican channel or a Caribbean CONCACAF channel. So I want to hear about everything. Why me anytime I start go out there so people try direct a local part. No, me don't want to hear that, brother. I want to hear about the whole thing. And that's what I say me want to hear about. I want to know about the player them even if them not go train. I want to know about them so them available. And I want the whole world to know about them. So that means the next man can know we have the position with a man they play. No, say him a play with a man they too, so him can step up in game. That's what I want. We already agree to the local conversation already. You get me? Me agree to the local conversation already. Me not even agree to it 15 more times. You understand me? Every time like me I talk about something else, it won't go back down the same part. Me not want to have that same conversation every single day. You get me? Yes, me want to hear what going with the other people them. We hear where going the big. You so much video string up about the other thing. Me want to see the same amount of video string up about the other things as well too. So if we keep the same attitude towards every part of what Jamaica can offer. You get me? So I want to hear the same attitude string up about the overseas players them we can play for Jamaica too. You get me? That me want to hear. Me hear enough about the local players them. I've watched enough about the local players them. I support them and everything. Me want to know how good we are going to be. You get me? And it don't come down to those local players because as what I've said, I've stringed this video up to talk about Jamaica's history. Every single success we had since 1998 till now, it was always down to an overseas man. But we just seems to don't want to give them credit. So in our own behavior, we seems to always exclude the man them. Enough man play for the country and we don't give them enough credit in the end. So some of them not even feel good. So when the next youth now want to play for the country now and hear that man that man disgruntled of playing for Jamaica because them don't even respect the man and show him nothing. Him nobody want to play to either. So that's why we always talk about everybody, and that's why me always want to give everybody credit, everybody, because everything from 1998, it's an Englishman come here, come actually score a goal and cause a problem and make you qualify. Because people love talk about 1998, 1998 we never have no hope, even going in the last leg, People need to go and check the history and stop listening to people who not have no knowledge or not. 1998, we never have no hope going into next game. Then we just go into the game them. And we get some hope by the man. They will come from England. So we need to start show the people good attitude and good respect as well. Because they are Jamaicans just the same. You get me? So equally as how people rile up for a local squad, because them can resonate to them. Me rile up for the overseas squad as well, because me can resonate to them and me can resonate to the local guys them as well. But me can resonate to being a Jamaican. And that's all I want. So, but me don't know why me I talk about the overseas people and people talk about local. Me not do two video on local them already, man. Me just talk about overseas guys them. Someone want to hear about 17 and everything, you know. And if him not do that, me I gotta have a problem too. Me I gotta talk against him. I'm in the business. If a man want to say my bias towards something, me I gotta talk against it. You get me? Yeah, man. I have Jason Guna, good day in the chat. Mr. Leader, if you want, you can call in as well, you know. You can call in as well. TikTok says people are going like Tapper and the JFF wasn't holding camps in Jamaica before. But TikTok, we have mentioned that, but now he's doing a structural thing. So this will be the first time it's happening since Rene Simo's TikTok. So even though Whitmore might have had looked on a few players, it's not the same as what he's doing now. So we have to give him his credit for what he's doing now. You get me? But I don't want him to move away from what he said he's going to do. You get me? Which Englishman took us to Tapper's first Gold Cup? I've never talked myself from 1998 till now. Every time we score our impact on something, it's always an Englishman where we keep and forgot. And I've learned in the history, which I'm going to try and get to a lot of these guys for them to come and share them actual story. And I think a lot of them disgruntled the way we deal with them. You understand me? So we have to figure out ways how to deal with them better. You understand me? Because we can't just talk about, oh, the man them don't want to come play because them are going them better than Jamaica. What about Jamaica go like them better than the people them from before? Because that's what exactly happened. We reject them, and then when them come and do them thing, we don't even give them credit. We hype up other people. Because Dean Burton should have lauded as a hero in the country. But all we hear about Theodore Whitmore them score 2 goals in a World Cup. If Dean Burton never score, who would I get with to the World Cup? Who would reach nowhere? It need every single one of the man goals for we to reach somewhere. So why we don't have a statue of Dean Burton? When we talk about Paul Hall, what we said, former national Jamaican player, Paul Hall. But when we're talking about Theodore, the legend, even in our TVJ and our TV stations, our bias is so clear. You understand? We have to make the man them watch them things here. So our attitude should start changing. If we want people come and represent us, our attitude should start change. And that's why me I stand up. Me I stand up for something. Me not care if nobody don't want to like me. Me not run down views. Cause me be the relevant thing for the whole time here. No other YouTube channel we talk about Jamaican content not be as relevant as me. You get me? So me stand up, man. Dean Burton is a hero to a lot of Jamaicans. JD, stop fanning no. TikTok have a foolishness, TikTok. TikTok have a foolishness, man, TikTok. That is not true. That is not true, bro. That is not true. You get me? When we talk like the man them never play in a World Cup. And that's how we talk. You get me? So we need to start sell that. So TikTok, just like how you can come and fight with me, anytime we are talking about Jamaican football, we will bring up the man them equally as how we bring up our local guys. You know why? Because we are help the people them fit in with understanding these guys. You get me? So we get to love them just as how we love our locally born guys. If we not do that, we have to do it as a people. You understand me? And that's why them are gonna get up for come and match them, come watch the guys them play. But if we stick like that, TikTok and believe in our own madness, the guys them now go the people in Jamaica now go get up for come watch them. So we now gonna get nobody to come watch them and them. And how you think I'm gonna feel? You hear Michael Antonio say him thinks that Jamaican people like football. You can go check it out in TikTok and that him saying him thinks that Jamaican people like football for 2 reasons. Nobody never clam around for come watch them. And also the lady for sports gave the field to track and field, but not the football at the time. One and a half week later. You get me? So we need to remember them thing the guy. Me no figure if guys, me no figure them thing, you know. Remember so me come here, me no come here for come sell a bandwagon thing, you know. Me come here for come talk about the thing. So at least one or two viewers can always remember say, yeah man, JD they talk about the Englishman them or the whatever man them or American man them can play for Jamaica. So if me do see them, me get to learn them a little bit more. Me can go up on my computer and type in that man name. He's playing for Jamaica now. Okay, TikTok. But I'm just saying, but TikTok, all of we can convince other people to go and watch the team, regardless of who gets selected. Because what we are hearing TikTok is, oh, me I go a match now because my baller gets selected. You understand me? So we need to start changing the mood in the thing. Say anybody, you know, so we forgot to support the team. We not fair try support a baller. You get me? We don't support a baller, we support the team. Hope you get where I'm coming from, TikTok. You hope you get exactly where I'm trying to go to. That is the only thing I'm trying to get out here. All right? Yes. Yes, so that's all I'm saying. I'm gonna bring JC in. Anybody else want to come in the Discord? No problem, man. We are gonna only go 2.5 hours. Yeah, we did 1.5 hours. It fly fast, very fast. So we have 150 here. Please do get up to 150. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Ask your hard questions because I'm always here to take questions. You know, and I stand up on what I've said and defended it over and over. You know. You understand me? So if you have something to say, you want to change my mind, yeah, yeah. But TikTok, we don't want to disrespect them. But all I'm saying, we need to do a job. We in the chat need to do a job. We need to support the team. You understand me? Because we were here talking, me talking, I'm overseas and I'm still supporting the team. Either beneficial, buying a jersey, sending people to the thing, anything we can do, we try to do for support the team. You get me? So we need more people to be interested, and it will take every one of us to do so. Every single one of us. You get me? So Jason, how you doing, man? Which one of the points you want to take on?
Yeah, so just want to chop up the whole talk about this local squad, and it was interesting to hear you talk about. You say you knew one of the family members in the squad.
Yes, the one of them called me like they must say, yeah, like the person thought that we as vloggers really put their kids on the map, so that really heightened them to get called up. And I said, no, I don't think we did that. It's just because of the guy. I explained the thing that the guy said he's doing, and I'm saying it's not just them; it's going to be more because it's a structure they're trying to build to improve Jamaica football, so a younger kid can get a transfer to go overseas. You understand me? So it's a bigger thing. It's a bigger network. It's not necessarily the national team a person going in. It's just to get the information. And if you're good enough, you might directly, you might step up to a next notch. If you're not good enough, at least you get the information to go and improve your skills. And I showed her all of that. But oh, she came off at the time. It was like, oh, she can get to support the team now. I'm saying, oh wow, all
Mm.
right, all right. So, and then when I came in the chat, that's the same thing that they were saying here. Oh no, more people can resonate to the football of them. And I'm saying, damn, that's bad, man. That's bad. We can change it because Jamaica is not the biggest country, so our influence can change it or we can do better. So that's what I was really talking on, to be honest.
Yeah, and I think that sentiment that she expressed is something that we need to figure out how we can fix. Because I think that is a similar sentiment that you can see develop with the squads when they're picked. When it plays out. We saw it in the documentary series, the type of fractions within the team,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that it's something moving forward. I'm hoping that this coach can realize that that is an issue and actually talk to the players about it, because of course everybody say winning will heal everything,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes you need to do your healing without the winning. So I think that's one of the main things he needs to try to figure out is how can he bridge that gap between the so-called local or local born players and the overseas players. I think that this local camp, though, what it is showing me in the footage I've seen is that he has a very clear way that he wants to play, because even doing drills without opposition, sometimes they can tend to look very repetitive. But one thing that I noticed, he was giving them options, which is something that I always complain about when I'm in Jamaica. When a player has the ball, there's never more than one option for him to play the pass to. And that's something that I saw him trying to drive home to them is having those triangular spaces set up.
Yes, yes.
No matter where you are on the field, when you receive, you have your two.
Yeah.
And he was trying to drive that home. So I like the fact that he seems to be able to diagnose problems quickly and try to put in things in place to try to fix them. So that is one thing that I noticed very early on. The fact that the type of drills that he had them working on is exactly what I think most of our local players need to work on. That quickness of thought, that ability to just not even have to look at a space and know that is the available space at the time. Those little things that I think make that reaction time so different. So when we have the players coming from overseas and they play with our local guys, hopefully that will bridge that gap of reaction time so that when you have a backline, Greg Lee and 3 local guys, it doesn't look so disorganized. Where Greg Lee is stepping up and the other guys don't know when to step. So, I think it's very hard for him to do this, and I hope, as you were saying earlier, that it's not a situation where he's calling the same guys every time. Like a lot of different guys can get to see his methods and see his system so that we can try to implement it, not only in the national team, but they can take these ideas and these thoughts back to their local teams. And just as a domino effect, you'll see a little bit of improvement all over the island with football.
Oh, yeah. I do agree, and that's where I said, that's why I said straight, I said, what because people every day, when I'm done with these shows, people respect what you're doing, they contact you and send you things, and that's why I said, so maybe Dima got upset, said he doesn't agree with that, but I clearly said that, if the man just come and, because what we have to understand, a lot of these things are just hype, When I got a clip of man talk about them influence people or send people to people, I'm saying, what is this, man? What are we going towards? Are we trying to help Jamaica, or we are just trying to benefit off everything? You get me? And that's why I said, when Ernest Simons came in, because I was old enough to understand, he was like the man telling people what to do, move around. Obviously, people know the land better than himself. So he was doing his job and telling people. So I said, I just simply said, I don't want the coach that we paid so much money to come in and then taking advice from people, which I know not much. Because if we had known they knew not much, they would have gotten the 250 million. You understand me? So that's all I'm saying, and I'm not disrespecting anybody, that we can't learn from anybody, but sometimes, to be honest, being away from certain things is the reason why you get the job. So I want these mans to be away from certain things and don't mix up themselves in certain things, because we are relying on you to do a job and stay with exactly the plan that you came here with, because other people might have their borderline agenda, so what you plan, that's what you just stick with. That. So I think Dima J got what I'm saying completely wrong. He never understood what I'm saying, Maybe he got off on the wrong foot, but that's what I'm saying. I don't want to hear, because sometimes perception is killing. That's what killing and Jason. So if a man thinks that we have average people in the country, put people on the team, first thing, that man can take money, saying that whosoever it is, take money so them can put the people in the team. You understand me? And then it burned the whole bridge of the coach, and then we would have a good coach, and that get damaged due to the fact that him try to put himself to people. That's why I said, keep yourself away from people. It's a little bit better. You understand me? Because you come here to do a job and you don't want your image tarnished. You want to stay and do what you came here to do. That's exactly what I was trying to say. You have a problem with that statement, or you think it's too harsh or whatever?
Well, look, at face value, the comment makes perfect sense, right? If you are a professional coach and you have your methods and your ways that you want to implement, it wouldn't be smart for you to go and sit down with every JPL coach and pick their brains and then try to change your system. But I think at the end of the day, it's two different things, right? When you first come to the island, there's all these people on the island, happy to see you, you're a new coach, blah, blah, blah. Now, if you're a people person, you're going to probably on that first occasion you meet people, sit down and talk to them. Now, if someone sees you and them talking, we don't know what they're talking about. They could just be asking the man about his family and how is your kids and everything. So I think in one sense, I don't see anything wrong with him being friendly to people when he goes in public. And I think the more he is around Jamaica creatives, he'll start to realize, yes, not every little man that come up to me I need to talk to. But while he's there in the beginning, I'm sure he'll give people a chance. But I don't think that means necessarily that he's going to, implement anything that anybody tells him. So I don't see the big deal if he talks to people. But I get where you're coming from in terms of you
no,
don't want him
but
to be
Jason,
influenced by people.
it's
But
because
I think
someone
that
send
he's
me
strong enough
Jason.
in his professionalism and in his level
Yeah,
that he won't let any little thing change anything he's thinking or wanting to do.
Jason, the problem is because someone sent a clip to me that people talking like they're like they told you about a player. You understand me? So it's not what I think, it's what people are going to think because of if you listening to that and hear it. You understand me? That is already tainting the person's image. You understand me? You see where I'm going to know? That's what I'm going to know. But I will rest that
Yeah,
case. I
but
will
but,
rest that
but
case.
how can he control that?
How can you control that?
How can the
You can
coach control
you
that?
can
If,
control
if
that easy.
someone comes out and says, I brought a player to the coach,
You
right?
can control that easier. Way easier than you think. Way easier than they think. Distance between people is an important thing. It can control it easier, Jason. You may know that. You understand me? But I understand where you're coming from because what you said, good. You just come, you're trying to be friendly with people. So what you said makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. So I rather not to continue it, but I understand where you're coming from. But I was just trying to
Yeah,
give you
I
a
just
different
I
side.
look at it I look at it from a standpoint of I am new in a place and I need to get the lay of the land. And the way I would do that is to do my research. And how you research is with humans. He has to talk to people. That's the only way. So I get where you're coming from because there are a lot of vultures out there and a lot of people that don't mean him any good intention. But at the end of the day, he's a man who has lived a pretty long life at this point. So he should be able to navigate just like
Yeah,
anybody else.
I hope he does exactly that because we want the best for Jamaica so far. Yes. TikTok says Rene Simmons took over from Carl Brown, who showed him who the people were and helped him acclimatize and build him. Yeah, but that's what we said. TikTok. Um, he came with his plans and he puts it out there, and people came in and did what he want them to do. You get me? He never did what people wanted him to do. So that's what I just don't want that image to be on the personnel, and I don't want that to be even reality. You get me? Because what you sold us at the start, that is what we believed in. And that's why we wanted you in the first place. If you get what I'm saying, TikTok. But if I get any other inkling said, okay, other people influencing it kind of make you don't feel the same way as before. And image is always important. So that's all I was actually saying. I never really wanted to go in depth, but once the comment come up, we have to attack it. That's all. Yes. Up and running say, Carla, the coaches in Jamaica don't know about that type of football yet, bro. Coaches like Andrew Price and Meran Garden and others don't know about the modern game. I don't believe that Meran Garden and those guys don't know about the modern game. I think sometimes we can't go into coaching. We can't go into coaching. We prefer let's leave that side. Massive respect, Brain Drain for the super chat. Thanks very much. Yes. So let we continue. We move away from that. We move away from that. All right. Anyways, what we started the show with. We started the show with to tell you that the same thing that is actually installing right now is the thing that we talked about from day one. Like when I just started my first channel. That's what we talked about to improve the local side, and then we can have a stronger selection pool 100%. So when you hear me talking, I'm not here fighting against no local anything, but it's a part of what you saw the man said here. It doesn't matter where they are from, Germany, England, or Jamaica. It's a long-term plan, and that's what we want to sell. You get me? So that's why I'm kind of not happy, because I wanted to hear about the long-term plan instant, just as though I'm hearing about the local plan. You get me? It doesn't matter because it doesn't matter if it's FIFA window or not because we just want to hear about it. Like if something is possible, just like when Paul came in and we heard about his plus 7, 13, 50 and whatever mathematics he's talking about. Yeah, we want to hear about what you're going to sell to us. Fully. I don't want to hear this half a plan and sell my hope for the entire time. That's all. You mind sharing the name of the person who claim? No. We'll leave that alone, Corey. It's just people send me things and maybe I am blowing it out of proportion. It's okay. I will just leave it there. But that's why I asked the question. You get me? Because I know you guys don't support people sometimes because of what's tainted to their name. And I want the coach to do good so bad. I am trying to even make sure I push those things out the water. So from the year, people like myself burning out that, they know that they should not come around and do anything like that again because I want the man's name to be cleaned. You get me? That's all. So that's the reason why I've said it even in the first place. Yeah. You get where I'm coming from now, Jason?
Yeah, I do. I understand. It's more about protection of the coach, not necessarily anything else.
Yeah, man, because we know them people, man. As what TikTok says, some of them people will attack people for no reason. So, we don't want nobody attack the coach and wrongfully attacking the coach when somebody just try to look notoriety or something because notoriety in our country is a thing. You get me? So yeah, that's all. So that's why I have to attack these things every time. Yeah. So Jason, so basically then we match everything together. We're gonna try to get leader soon. We're gonna match. Let me try and get leader as well. But with what you're seeing now, everyone improving. Everyone improving. In a bigger level because United States, even though they have their problems, United States still out here saying that they're gonna prioritize certain people. So are we going in the correct direction at this point? Just for you, Jason, and then we bring in leader. We have leader right here as well.
I think right now it's I won't see the proof of improvement until the next squad is picked. Because there's a lot of players. Because, for instance, I heard you saying we're getting the local plan and we're seeing all about the local plan. What about the overseas plan or the diaspora? So I think a part of that plan he has spoken about before, or not, if not him, through Mr. Wall or other people he's associated with, that they have a database of over 200 players that play all over the world that could potentially represent Jamaica. So I think progress would look like, converting some of those players that can possibly play for Jamaica to actually be fully ready to be called for Jamaica. Because too many times when we talk about all this talent, we reference so many players that if we wanted to, couldn't play for us today or tomorrow. So I think the next step and a true progress would be getting these players to actually accept your proposal and accept your project and get their documents ready for playing and being called. That to me would signify true progress.
Okay, all right, fair enough. All right, so we have leader here. Leader, good day, my brother. You saw the title. What say you on this? And give me some update on what's going on for the people that come here just want to hear what's going on in Jamaica's football. All right. So what say you? On
Okay.
this? You think is a progress? You think are we going in the right direction? Because as I started this video, this is the same thing that Schäfer's actually did, like not the same full thing though, but he was actually prioritizing local players at the time. So it's even different, a little bit more stronger than what Hallgrímsson came in with. Hallgrímsson selecting a local bunch to upgrade them, basically. But Winfried go in and try to get the best locals them to pick from that point. And then at one point he literally gave up and said that he cannot do it. His own word, he cannot do it with the locals. He has to get professional players and move up. So you think that we are at that level that we can improve and the locals compete at the highest level of football, or you think it need more time? Let me know what say you on the overall spectrum.
Okay. Basically, it's actually the same thing initially for me because one of the things that Schäfer did do when he came was to try to improve some of them. What I can say, even though like Andre Blake was overseas. Andre Blake and Kemar Lawrence
Taxi, yes.
everything to thank Schäfer for giving them that push them to another level. 'Cause a lot of people forget that when Andre Blake, they didn't have a problem. His club didn't have a problem to release him whenever Schäfer wanted him because they had no interest in using him. So he was they always let him go so he was able to be with the team, But what we see here is the first step. He has to look at who is here, right? So, and let me tell you, I hear some people saying, "Oh, he hasn't seen." He has been there, and there are some selections there that.
I said I don't
wondering.
believe he picks all of these players off this paper. I think he gets
some of
assisted,
them,
but he definitely picks some though.
Some of them, if you look at the 2 matches that he had, most of them, the core from those 2 matches are there, you understand the match, when he had Argentina, he had the locals from there, and then he had the ones, with Cameroon. The core is there from that, so you're going to call those back. But there are some additions there who, as far as I know at least a couple there that he called them personally.
Okay.
But they were never called before.
Yes.
Right?
Which should be the obvious. Which should be the obvious.
What's that?
No, I'm saying which should be the obvious because he never called Whisper and my boy Malachi Douglas. Those called after.
Right, those 2 were called after. Even the same Colin Anderson. It shocked a lot of people, even though he's leading, a lot of people out here, would not have seen him being in there.
Yeah.
No, I'm telling you,
wow.
even from the club, he has improved vastly, and nobody would have put his name with leading goal scorer last year. You understand? So he has made vast improvements, and the coach has seen certain things, both of them. Well, I can tell you what is happening, The goalkeeper coach has been to matches and he has seen some players and he has said, no, I like this. And as I said, the difference is now that they are looking at players and saying, okay, we want to see so-and-so in addition. So this is not the group you want to see, You want to see when he calls another group, another local
Thank you
group,
very much. Because
right?
I said I'm waiting on his fourth selection
give
of
him
local.
some time. You have to give him some time, and then he'll find his core. That core is going to be there for when he calls his team, and there'll always be a 1 or a 2 player that they might play in a match just before coming and they get injured and they can't come. You understand? Or some other issue might happen and they can't accept the invitation again. And by that time, you cannot replace them with another overseas player. This is a thing that happens all the while. So he has to know who he can replace them with, right?
Yes,
because it's I don't know if some people are expecting. I didn't hear most of what some people are saying, but I don't know anybody really thinking that the coach is going to be looking at a local core. No, he's looking at a local set to augment whenever he needs them.
At first, people was misguided at first, but I've done 2 videos and I heard Simon did this video, made sure people know exactly. Make sure people know exactly what's going on, because a lot of people made it seem like this was a team that selected, like physically selected, But I think Simon did a good job, and I made sure to start it at the front of my video to say this is not a selected team to play anybody. This is just a team that's going to be he's just going to be checking out, and if a player is good enough, he's going to come back in the next batch, and if he's exceptional and good, better than the others, he gets promoted.
You're going to Right. So you're going over time. I'm not really too interested or excited about this squad. When I see, it depends how often he does it. When I see after a while, getting closer to the Mexico match, when I see who he extracts from these locals and has a couple of them in the training squad for Mexico, then I'll say, okay, these look like these are the ones that he likes. You understand? That is what we need to see, because he's going to pick a couple and sort of have in a training squad before Mexico.
So you think that he might pick a few of them off this list to put in the training squad for Mexico? Or
a training squad.
The training squad for Mexico, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, for training squad, yeah.
Training, right. Because when you're going to have, remember, when you call overseas players, you're going to call a set amount, and some of them you may say, okay, you're going to have, you always need to have other players to augment your squad. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
To add to it, if anything, and if anything happens, and you need to, somebody gets sick,
I
anything can
understand.
happen.
I understand, leader. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but leader, don't we have enough players worldwide so we can actually pick if since we want to break down to a 26. I would love Jason to get in on this if he has any question. If we have a 26, I mean, I know what you're saying and I agree with you too, but are we focusing on too much to say if we have a problem with one player, we cannot get an next overseas player. Why we don't just send?
No,
We
you
just send
can't.
out.
No,
No,
you can't.
no, no, no.
No,
I
no.
know the.
Listen.
I listen to leader. Remember me? I talk to you. I know the rules, But all I'm saying, why we can't just send it to more people and put people on reserve to activate right after.
Okay, so
Why
what you're thinking about
rather than
is basically
force a local
having
player in the team because the next man can't make it.
23. But hold on, listen now, hold on there now. You're basically normally going to be having like a 23-man squad.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay,
So
so
why we
let's look
can't
at
send
it here now. Hold
27
on, let's look at.
notification?
Hold on. No, okay, 27. So the 4 extra is going to be what? An extra goalkeeper, right?
Yes, extra
An
goalkeeper, extra
extra
defender.
forward. Hold on,
Extra,
hold on.
yeah.
Now. Let's look at it now.
Mm-hmm.
An extra centre half, to go on 3. An extra what? Central midfielder and actual midfielder. So listen now. If our wing back goes down now, what we're going to do? You understand? Unless you're going to have 11 extra people and waiting, it is really going to get a little bit ridiculous because you can never have coverage for every person. Even
That's
if you put it on 27, you're going to have some. You're going. It is going to be
I
an issue.
understand if it stretches, but I'm saying why are we immediately looking to patch people in? That is it a cost cutting? I'm just asking a valid question now. Is it a cost
I
cutting
don't
to?
think it's a cost cutting. No, I don't. It's just you have a legal issue where you have to send invitation a certain time before.
Yes, yes,
So if you are saying no, say okay, let's look at it then. Send it to 33 people that you are going to be
yes.
needing.
More people, yes.
50 if you have
33.
to.
Yes, send it to
So
as
hold on
much
there
and
now.
then
Hold
know
on
that
there
you're
now. Hold
standby
on.
people. No, one second, we have
Hold
the
on
fans
there
in here.
now.
Hope you guys are listening to this, guys. I'm not going against what leader's saying here, but I'm saying why we can't send the invitation to more people and know that 10 they can stand by then. And obviously, and every player in the team have 3 days to give 3 days before the actual departure to give their okay that they're coming or not. So you can actually link back the next person and said, activate your thing. You are going to be up next
Um,
first. That's what
hold
I'm
on, hold
saying.
on, hold on. They would have hold on. It's not 3 days. Normally when it goes out, they normally accept from a long time
10
before
days.
that.
Yes, 10 days. 10, we
Yeah,
know
yeah. So
that.
they have already accepted. Because
No, but
what
leader,
happens,
no, no,
is
no, leader. The 3 days is not for accepting. For confirm that everything is okay as planned. And if only an injury can stop me from not coming. Because remember,
right,
some of the
right.
things,
But that
that's
is
what
what
stopped them.
happens a lot of times.
No, but then
Look here,
we
but we
understand.
know injuries. Injuries can sometimes be the gaffer realizing, say, boy, I might have an issue, and then now him go and put a little pressure on the player and say, boy, I would appreciate if you don't go this one here. And then the club medical staff, we have seen that
Yeah,
happen where a player is injured and then now he plays later
leader, if you
on.
just listen to me, I'm saying leader. I'm support what
Mm.
you're saying here, but all I'm saying, leader, look, 10 days for the notifications to go to everyone. You send it to 30 odd people if you want 27. All right, so you have 6 in place. All right, and then six local players. If that'll be the second set of drastical injuries, which we never had so much drastical injuries over 6-7 people can't turn up. We never have the 6-7 people can't
Yeah,
turn
man,
up.
we have had it. You remember? I don't remember which.
We had
I think it
5
was
the
near the
last time. The
last set of
last one we have
matches.
5. We have 5 that
Yes,
couldn't turn
where
up. It
all of
never
a
reached
sudden we
7.
see
It
Tom,
never
Dick, and
reached 7 leader.
everybody.
But
Well, I don't remember how much that is, but these were all core players.
Cataract, leader is on the phone,
Understand?
Cataract. We cannot take the call. We have the Discord open. So let's join the Discord, Cataract. Leader is on the call. Let's join the Discord, Cataract. All I'm trying to say, just listen to me, all I'm trying to say, we have to figure a way out so we can have a first tries them be first tries and not with third tries be second choice instant because of problems. Other teams have other banners, but obviously they have better leagues, so them second choice can automatically be better. So we don't have that luxury. So what we need to do is to make sure the next second backup, the next 7 backups right after the main 23 should be professional players. That's all I'm saying. And then after that, now, if we have drastic injuries, then we go to the rest that we want. You have a problem with what I've said, leader?
It's a good idea, you know. To be honest, I have thought about it before. The only thing is, boy, if I was one of those players that are going to almost be perpetually on standby, after a while, I'm going to start turning it down. But it is a very good idea.
But it's for the love of Jamaica. It's a love. It's a love of Jamaica. No, we know about last minute. That's why we said TikTok. We want to have standby in Jamaica and standby actually as the professional players as well, because we don't want to drop the standards so far from a professional to a non-professional to a schoolboy. That's how it's going on. You know.
And you know, one of the things with some of these players with the Eagles is that when a player comes and they don't get the playing time, you know, they are issues from ever since I can remember. Yeah, I remember.
Ego. Then we don't want leader. We don't want them people in our team. Them not go about them business. We don't want them.
But
we don't want. No, you don't want them. No, Hallgrímsson have to step up and stand up. If people like that are talk about them can't come in, them don't want to play. People, let me know in the chat.
That is a man management issue.
No, we don't want them.
A coach like this will be able to handle that. And if it's an issue that he can't handle, as Jay said, we just don't.
We don't want them. If you think you can go up on 2 standby and you know get caught, we don't want you. You don't need to be part of the team. Let me people. We have 150 in the house. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Continue, Jason and leader. Continue.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, look, any player that's coming over, I would think would want to have the more competition in the team anyway. So, like, for example, Mikel Antonio, if he's coming over and he's not getting the game time he thinks he deserves, and the players that are playing over him is, you know, of a similar ilk or quality like Ivan Toney or even Shamar Nicholson, who's playing over in Europe. You know, I don't think it's a big deal because you can look and say, boy, this guy is putting in the work and he's playing well enough. I think the problem lies when they come over and they get benched for players who you know, most people would say are not at their level. So I think that's where it can become an issue, leader. So if we're getting all professionals from overseas, we can't play more than 11 at a time. So they must know that they're professionals. So I don't think we should see so much stock in, you know, let's not bring 23 because we don't want to upset them and make them don't want to come back and they never get to play.
But leader, but Jason, leader actually talk about other man as well, you know, maybe local man as well, you know, would not want to take it in the next 7 man them on the standby would not want to take it because of the other man. But see, you make a good point. People know talent. And if them believe the talent is as equal as them, why would them want no one go up on a standby? You know, we know and a good player them that if they are overseas.
Look here.
Yeah, continue.
Let me make an actual situation that has happened in the past. There was a player, this player was one of my favorite players back then. The guy, I think he played for Ipswich, David Johnson. He was born in Jamaica. He was called by Renaissance, but he kept coming off a bench. And then after, he just said, no, he was really a good player. But because Simons, he had him coming off the bench and so on. And he got fed up and he said, no, he's not going to come back.
Okay,
and I think he ended up going by Ireland and so on. Yeah, but hold on, let's look at it here now. If an Ivan Toney was to come, say, let me just use that as a particular example, right? You have an Antonio who has already integrated in the team, right? And you have a Shamar Nichols who has already integrated in the team, and you're playing in a Mexican situation in Mexico. You have some guys who, you know, have played against in CONCACAF before, and you have Ivan Toney on the bench, right? Ivan Toney, probably the game, you know, that game is going to be a match where you can't make too many substitutions, if any, right? And when at the end of the day, Tony probably not playing, and they know he might be getting a bitter taste. Boy, he came all this way, not getting any game time, because these players, when they come in, they want to play. That's one of the things, and they are looking to play.
Well, so leader, we correct that is the deals that we make with them. But once we deal with them, that's how we cut out the third man, we cut out the Devonte them and them and there. Now we have an entire team. So if you make deal with the man them, say the man them are gonna play when them come and them have this and
That's
that
one
amount
of
of
the
minutes,
problems.
you can't make a deal with a man where you can't fulfill. You get me? And if you want too much, you don't bring him. You get me? Me support
Well,
them thing, you don't bring him. You make him turn him there and suffer in
I,
England if that's so be the case.
I think one of the things that we'll avoid now, Will Hallgrímsson, is that let me tell you something. I'm going to spell it out a little bit. And a lot of people not going to like what I say. Pigmentation is a hell of a thing. So a lot of things people will accept under certain coaches,
Mm-hmm.
they won't accept under some others. So I can tell you, Hallgrímsson will get the best out of some of these players here. Yeah, I'm going to tell you, just like Schäfer did.
Mm-hmm.
There, it is like it or not. Some players, there are players who might not have come when Paul Hall was in charge.
Yes.
Likewise with Moore, but being approached, and I can tell you, Hallgrímsson being here is, I think, one of the best choices when you really look at it at this stage, because he's young still. He has the experience. So let's see, right, what he can do to convince players to come, because he has a record. You understand? And I think there are players up there that will think twice now, seeing who is in charge, knowing about the Adidas deal and everything. There is a difference. So the thing is, a lot of times the deals that are made, aren't made actually by the players, but the players' agents. Because a lot of
Yes.
people don't realize that a lot of things, when you that are dealt with, is the player agent reach out. 'Cause like in the case of Kiddo Taylor Hart in particular, let me use that, because I know about that in particular. It's not Kiddo Taylor Hart thing there, is the agent. His agent, because his agent is looking international football for his player. You understand? So a lot of people don't realize that the agents are sometimes the one behind the scenes who make all of the deals and this and that and so on. So, all of these things are another part of the thing. So when people see the players coming, there are other issues, in the mix, because some of them, the agents want to get international football for them so that it can assist them to also, make them more marketable. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So, because the agent's job, is to get better deals for the player. So once they have that international football on them,
Yes.
their value is going to go
Yes.
because,
No,
when I transfer,
our
yeah.
our players use it as well to go other places. So I understand.
Yeah,
But
of course you do.
Jesse said professionalism goes a far way. So he disagreed with about the color, the pigmentation. Then,
No, no,
yeah, but that's your
it's there.
take, and a lot of people would say it. Yes. But before we go anywhere, guys, we are here for 2 hours. We have 160 at here, and we have not passed 150 likes on it. So we can get up to 150 likes. So 25 people hit the like button, get to 150. So we pass 200, and we continue the show. All right. Yes, leader. So for me, I think I want him to do good so bad. You understand me? Because I just want Jamaica
Hmm.
to make it, but I want them to make it in a sense that we can sustain it, not just making it this time, but we can make it again as well, which is very much important, you know. And I think it's highly dependent on the overseas players them, whether them born in Jamaica or them born overseas. I think this stretch it's highly dependent on those players. You get me? So I think our
Right.
target should always be bringing in those players first, and then whatever left, a 2 or 3 spots go there. You get me? If anyone shows any promise, go there. Remember, you have Kaim Paris. You have my boy there, Sif has just gone overseas, and them are tried. No, Kaim Paris overseas a long time, but Kaim Paris just make a big step up. Paris would be considered as one of the fringe Jamaican players. I mean. You understand me? And
Yeah,
he's a
yeah, man, for
top player,
sure.
you know. Kaim Paris now was one of the best player in Jamaica. How much years ago? You understand me? So, why are we gonna trap those mans off to activate a next 7 because of a 10-day window thing? No, man. Kaim Paris, if he doesn't get selected in the first 23, I know he would stay on standby, because being on standby is not like you're putting off your entire life, you know. You get me? You're not putting off your entire life. The man them know say them would come eventually if them get the call. So all them a do is now just have a substitute days to say that if them a go call me 3 days before because we make the next deal with the next man them say them affy give with the green light 3 days before the problematic zone. Any problem you have, if it come after 3 days you're a fault and you're gonna get fined. You understand me? You have to implement some rules, man, so it can work. Me, I tell you, it can work. We cannot go into systems nowadays and then we have a big drop off right after. Me not disrespect the player, but we have a big drop off because me and not even me I say it. Me or Andre Blake I say the same thing. So people stop no one say certain things. They must say it directly now. You understand me? So them not really want to play with certain people because them know them time and get shortened. So them not try build nobody career. Them try win things right now and them try develop Jamaica. And you need that. So if you have to have 33 players before we activate nobody on the local side, me not have no problem with that. You get me? Because anybody in a football knows that is actually a factual thing. You can activate 33 players and you not touch the local nobody from local, even including King and the man make the team in a 33 people. You get me? Yeah, that's all I'm saying, that's my point still. Don't bet your life on it, JD. Paris didn't answer the call for under 20. Jesus God. Oh, TikTok know all them something. That is
That's
true.
not true.
That is
That's
true.
not true. That's not
Okay.
true.
All right. I'm glad I'm on there with
He
notes
just wasn't
Paris.
here. You know about that? That's just foolishness. Just was not here.
So TikTok, the man said that is not true. That is not true, TikTok. So
Them catch TikTok today. Them catch him. Them catch him.
remember, this man have a lot to do with Paris' career, and the man tell us that is
Because
not
look
true.
here, what some people forget, is that those various youth competitions, right, are not once they're not played in international windows, it's not a must that you're going to get the player. Okay? So and that was one of the issues with Paris at the time too. Okay, so don't use that and find that there's a long time. But we know there are people that know exactly what happened. And nothing to do with that. Okay, but look here. One of the things I don't want to digress too much,
Yeah,
but
man.
one of the things that we have to look at here now that is happening, I'm sure with the present under 17, a lot of people, like I'm sure Qatar might not have gotten the influx, but there are a lot of people from the diaspora because how they approach this one, was that after doing a look at just a basic look in July of the local cohort, then they had a camp in the US to basically look at the talent there. They got, and I can tell you, they have gotten some big names that have come in, right? Then they had the local camp. The local camp was kept with everybody, right? That was in December. And then after that, now you have the second camp now, where you have, where you have the actual 30. It's now to 28 now, right? Because 2 players were sent home weekend gone. Right, so it's actually at 28.
And no,
I can confirm that.
and stop right there. So you're gonna tell me that remember you have to have players on standby as well. That's the rule that CONCACAF has.
There are a number of players. Most
So
players that are
so you're
sent
gonna tell
home
me that other
have been
people.
sent home for injuries, and they are
Oh,
told to be keep on standby.
all right. So you're gonna tell me that if they activate those standbys, those players not gonna turn up. You see what I'm saying? So even the letter
No,
of the
no.
law.
Hold on there. Those players will turn up. Those are local.
Okay.
But they have a couple.
Okay, okay.
But listen now, hold on. There are 3 overseas players. They are not on standby, but they are basically in the 30 awaiting documentation, and they'll be included. You understand? So they are waiting. So it's just, and I can confirm one thing as of yesterday, right? This is hot, right? Nobody else knows about this. Karim Lumsden, his documentation has reached, RGD has reached out to the father. I know him personally. And it's looking very good. He is a very bright talent. And I think we are starting to nip into the USA core.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
getting some good names out of there. For once, I think this is the first time ever I think we have been able to actually pull players. You understand? From the US team, not just players that were looked at.
Or you're getting a call, leader. They have to call it instant, because once you start selling it, you start saying the news, them try to chip you off. All right, so Leah will be back, guys. All right, so massive respect, man. Everyone that come in, big deal and big of yourself. TikTok says Paris was not at any club at the time. Leader Speed was too desperate at the time and didn't arrange him to come. Okay, so TikTok has stand up on him statement. All right, and leader them take him off of the phone. Yes. But anyways, man.
Nah, give up today.
Yes, TikTok never gave up, man. TikTok always stick by his statement, man. Guys, we say get likes to 150 and we don't even see reach 150 and we have over 160 people here. Boy, I better not hard for the US, man. But it is what it is.
Yeah,
Anyway,
man, I'm here. I'm
oh
here.
yeah,
I'm here.
I
Same
thought
way.
them take you away because you there so spill classified information,
Now, man, I don't think the JFF don't even know about that yet. As I say, they don't even know that how far I'm reach with them stuff. You understand? But that is hot, as I say, because I met them Karum when I went to Gatia Cup. They were there, so that's where I
One
met
thing,
them. You understand? So I know
leader, a
them.
long time leader follow up the Gatia Cup every time. Leader, you need to go a new cup and win something, for you can talk about next something, cause a Gatia Cup alone you talk about, We need to see our next big competition.
Well, we've been around, man. You have to tell me some others that
No,
we
mate,
can go to.
we need
Yeah,
to
man.
tell
That
we need to see our next big competition. You go to under 20? Under 17, I should say.
what's that?
Under 17. You're going to the under 17?
I am considering it.
Yeah, man, go to under 17, man. Go there, man. Because
I am considering the waiting. I actually weekend gone. I actually looked at what the flights going down there and so on. But I'm going to talk to a couple of parents to confirm with them, and then I very well might go.
yeah, man, we need a
Very
report
well.
live. We need a report live, from the studio. And guys, yeah.
I very well might go. Waiting to see how the final score is, but so far, well, at this stage, I think my my team in inverted commas has their two starters there now, and I think they should hold their spots no matter what. So let's see what happens.
Okay, so based on what you saw in under 17, we're not diverting too much. Because I like what Maron Garden doing, I heard people coming here and say, oh, Mr. Butler, if it should have coached the team. And I said, bro, Maron Garden
No,
is a
sir.
good coach, I don't know what you're talking about,
No,
I
sir.
would pick the Maron Garden every
Yes.
single time over him because I've learned what he did, you get me? And what I'm learning is these are young kids, and I would trust Maron Garden talking to these kids and dealing with these kids, man. Mr. Butler, I'm very sorry. Because I'm not sold on that man's behavior going forward, and that's not the way I want none of the kids them. Because none of the kids them can go forward with that behavior. I know a lot of Jamaica would disagree with me, but believe me, I am standing on that. I want these kids to have better role models. I'm telling you, because I don't like the way this brother deal with things, Yes, I don't like it. So, Maron Garden, for me, 1000%, I'm okay with what he's doing. Only statement I was not agreeing with is the big, fast, and strong statement. That's one that Jamaicans always made, and realize that big, fast, and strong to play football. You understand? Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
man. That's what I'm
Man.
saying. But one of the good things, if you notice, when last have we seen a youth, in charge of a youth team having a press conference? Is that first?
Yes, no,
I can't remember.
Maron Garden, him look like he's a straight up person, so me expect him to do him job, and that's what I say. But when we read his files, guys, when we read his files, he looks like the person that can manage people a little bit better, like manage the youths and better. I saw that he did a lot of work coming up and got a lot of success. You get me? Not tell me, say him have a lot of success. I went to research him and I see the way he actually conducts himself, and I think that's the actual right way people should go in Jamaica. I'm very sorry. So that's why I'm okay with him. And he's also on the team with Hallgrímsson, so he can pass on first and information to say that, okay, Aritam look like he's playing incredible well, Maybe we can slide him into the under 20s and maybe we can put him in the national team soon based on how he's progressing. At least we can get more hands-on information. I think they're doing a better job on that side. I don't know if you have anything different to say on that.
Well, what I can say with Maron Garden is that a lot of people don't remember, that he's not new to this thing, Remember, he has been with the female team before and he has had success there, right? So he going to these competitions also is not like when we had Coach Gale going, and this was his first time. He has been, although with the young ladies, he has been in a tournament. Then again, he went with when they had the other tournament in Europe the other day and he took over. He didn't do badly at all when you really look at it.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
And
man.
you know, so
We never saw
so
the game
let's
leader.
see.
We never saw the game leader. So we cannot say him took over. We never saw the damn game. We got
Well,
the draw, which is a good result.
we didn't see it, but we got the result.
Yes.
We know the result,
Yeah,
right? We
yeah,
know the
but
result,
no, but because we know,
right?
you see, for me, go against Mr. Butler there. Say I would choose with Mirren Garden. People others get 18, so me have to make sure me be honest. Say we never see the game, but we get the result. And I want to say this man overall is package. I think I would choose that a little bit more because this is where I want Jamaica to go. The way I see him deal with people because that's what will sell a little bit more with the Jamaican youths them growing up. People might jump with the hype now, but I'm telling you what I know will soul. All right, so Brian Burke says you need to go leader so we can have breaking news from the leaker. All right, that's from Brian Burke. And then TikTok, a bunny out. I don't know what he did to TikTok. He's saying I would not take leader's assessment of this crap seriously. He hyped up the last one, which wasn't very good. But really and truly, I think
No, hold on. Did
Jamaica
I? Hold
performed.
on. Did I? I don't remember. I did not hype up the last one. I'm trying to remember. Did I hype it up at all? I don't remember saying that. I don't remember that.
I don't
No,
know.
you remind me. I'm trying to remember. Did I?
I don't think you hyped them up like how you hyped up this one. But look like TikTok, look like you on TikTok kick off because true you can say TikTok as a lie and you call him out. So TikTok will go against you.
I don't know where
I don't think you hyped
when
up
you said
last
the
one.
last one. No, sir. I don't know about that. I really don't know about that. I didn't. I
You're
don't.
much more
I normally
reserved.
tell you exactly. This one, what I can tell you is that this team here, you have. Let me show you the pros and the cons for this current under 17. Right? Is that you at least have some sort of a camp with the local and foreign players from early, for which for me is well not early, for at least going straight into the camp, into the competition, they basically would be together for a decent enough time as far as I see. You understand?
I'm
Which
gonna
for
give you credit.
me,
I'm gonna give you credit. I don't think you hyped up the last one. To be honest, I don't think you hyped up
no,
the
I know
last
I
one.
didn't. I know I didn't.
Yes, I don't
What
think
I
so.
can say about this team, they have a good chance, just as but and the coach has more experience than the last coach, right? I think he has well, I know. I'm going to say I think because I have spoken to him on Read Overseas, and he has basically made it clear that once they are playing at a higher level, he will be including them, right? So he has made it clear that there are two players that he wants to get, right? And once they get the thing,
Mm-hmm.
they are coming in. So he's not going to hide it.
Yeah, man.
He's not going to say, well, okay, if they can't train with the team until that, he's not going to include them. He says they will be included.
But look how life funny,
That's
you know,
a
Jason. Look how life funny.
huge difference.
Look, no, leader. TikTok might lose the battle today, because look what he said now. His follow up to say, then leader, you are always saying, this is the best crop of players. Yada yada. Me remember leader Atkinson was on it. All right, so Atkinson right now, having his best spell, coming
Hold
off of
on,
the CCC,
Atkinson. No,
So
hold on. The Atkinson, the under 17 that had Atkinson, that team, that team was decimated, and I won't even go into the reasons because I don't want nobody go try sue me. But there were a lot of other issues. That team was clear. The team that had the last under 17 that we had, I think that would have been the last under 17, would have done much better if we had. Well, I won't go into the coach. The coach was one of the main biggest problems with that team. And if people research on the internet, they are allegations. I won't go into it.
okay.
Why that team basically failed.
All
I'll
right.
just leave it at that.
So we had to add Cataract to the call because we want to shut off at 3 hours. Clearly we don't reach 200 likes, and I've counted my likes, and I don't play with people, so we're not going any further. I have other things to do. So I add Cataract to the call. I don't know what he tried to call in. I don't know he wants to throw you off the call. Yeah. So I had to call, I had to add him to the call. So Cataract, what were you saying towards this discussion, sir?
Okay.
Good afternoon, JD. Good afternoon, the other callers, panelists.
So, you don't know a leader up in the call. What you do? Fight against leader?
No, I said good afternoon to all the other callers.
Yes,
I don't know who all the callers are.
you know who the man them is. You just
So
try
you
for.
know,
Why are you trying to create a war? As a matter of fact, I was calling in to support the leaker in what he was saying when he was schooling you, because there are some logistical things he was speaking about, the reason for having I call this the C squad.
You never listen, Cataract. Don't come time in my
No,
school
man,
me. Don't in school me. You never
I
listen. You just want to come look a war. That's your problem.
No. I just started
school
speaking.
me.
And
School me. Man,
right.
go here, man. With a brother, man.
So school you. Yes.
School who? You're a fool,
and
man.
I'm not talking stats. Right?
About school.
No.
Yeah, you're Jason. Him always try for you some like a. Continue. Just continue. That's the way I say.
Okay.
Selector.
All right. Good. So the logistical difficulties is what you have to take into consideration. That even if you invited 40 players from overseas and asked the club to release them, which and this is where I need some guidance from people.
Know. Yes, continue.
Hold on. To say that they are the backup players in case somebody drops out, you have to purchase airline tickets and make reservations in terms of ground transportation, etc., depending on where the player is coming from. And if a player were to pull out, normally it's 48 hours before the window that they play the last match. So normally the last match is on a Sunday, and then the FIFA window starts the Tuesday, and the match is normally like a Friday and a Tuesday, or on the weekend and the following Tuesday. So 48 hours before would give you very little time to redo all the logistic arrangements for travel if a player were to pull out.
Okay. But Cataract, right there, you never listened to me, because I agreed to that part. I stretched it back to 3 days they had to give it. But we know that the final match would have been played. I'm just saying that we are talking about other things than just the final matches. Because remember, it was not just injuries, People had other problems, Them dog dead, them fowl dead, them roach dead, everything. So that's what me that talk about Cataract. You're like, we don't know nothing.
Hold on, and then we could get the situation where you had, for example, like a Raheem Sterling, man broken at my house back at England,
yes.
And me lift up like Viagra and fly out. The team is already here, already going through the paces, and then a player has to depart for some emergency. Their mother dead, their father dead. They hear that the Bonner man moving at the house in a Kent, and he need to go back right away. So I agree with having an on-island squad that has been taken through the paces. I'm one of those who have been calling for it and believe that the squad should be called up regularly in rotation with the under 23 and under 20, under 17, under 15, male, female, and keep rotated. The Captain Horace Burrell Center needs to be busy every week with different teams, getting gelling and getting the philosophy and getting assessed, because players progress and some players regress. Some players start the season hot and then taper off, and others grow like a crescendo. So I am in full support of what Hallgrímsson is doing. I just feel that he's going to learn the first Jamaican saying, which is anyway you turn Makajukyo. Because I looked at the Facebook page of the JFF where they posted the team. The countryman them a ball out say they don't have enough rural ballers in the team. Nobody that look for the rural players them. The town man never say, yo, be a countryman. 10 man from Mount Pleasant. I want to the man them in that town. The man them from space. I said, boy, nobody from Mars not on the team. And they have Jamaica and they have Mars and Jupiter. I want them to be. We have to allow the coach the latitude and the time to assess. You have to look like his third time that he calls a training squad to see who doesn't make it and who comes in and how he's building. And that will give us a sense of what kind of players he's looking for. So I can't say anybody who would be in disagreement with this approach. I think some people run with a false narrative like, yo, this is the team. Yes, be a Jamaican man, Jamaican, I go play in a World Cup. Yes. And just, I don't know what somebody put in them coffee. But I think Leader, I think Jason, I think probably Odiguna yesterday, they go off on a tangent. Everybody agrees with this approach. What I don't agree with is this closed door training session them that are going, because
but
you
I thought people explained to you that it's not a closed door. It's just closed from you.
They can't close from me.
No, it's not from. No, what they have said, and let me just interject here. I think for all of the teams, I've heard the same thing with the current under 17, that they're not, when they have all the sessions open like that to the public, they're going to have some of them open. Right? That's basically what I understand is going to be one of the new part, that not every single session is going to be open, just some of them are up to a certain point.
What Gordon said was he wants to get more in line with how it's done around the world, which is at each training session for the first 15 to 20 minutes, it will be open to the media, and then at some point they will ask everyone to leave so that they can work on more matters that they wouldn't want anybody in the public to see.
So Jason, some of us unfortunately watch football around the world. That's not how it's done around the world. You have a schedule that has...
That's how it's done around the world. But you have to implement other things, like informing the people on exactly what to do. So stop twisting the conversation.
There's a published schedule, which we are all agreeing, that ought to be published to say these are the open sessions and these are the closed door sessions, right? Now, in international football, the session that is done the day before, right? You have the 15 minutes and then you leave. And then you come back in when the away team is going to train. You stay for 15 minutes, get your pictures and stuff. And then when it's finished, you're invited back in. The media, you take the photos, etc., etc. However, for all teams, including England, when they have training sessions, particular training sessions, St. James's Park is full. Because you have people who will not be able to afford the match day ticket, right? Who love England and fanatical, but they can't afford it. Sometimes those tickets are sold out for Wembley and other things within hours of going on sale. And so the training session is a way for a wider cross-section of people to interact with the team, support the team, want to buy jersey, etc. So, Leader, what I would ask is, when will the sessions be published that we know when to go? Because we're not trying to create an eruption where it's unnecessary, right? Because firstly, the national stadium is a national stadium, and I can just walk going to a national stadium and nobody can stop me, because I could say I am going to practice. I am going to practice drafts, right? It's open. When we were having Reggae Boyz, people were cycling. The cyclists were there. I don't think you guys remember that back in the days of Samoas. The cycle track was in use while we were using football. The stadium is there for all sports.
Yeah, but to be fair, to be fair with Cataract, why is it, Leader, some people can go in it no matter what the time, and then some people can't go in on at all? Their Leader.
Who can't go in on at all?
No, you can't go in on at all, according to...
Who tell me somebody can't go in on at all? No, I keep hearing... No, hold on. I keep hearing you say that, and I'm going to start taking it seriously.
Yes, but now hear me hear it serious? Now hear me hear it serious as I repeat it back to you?
Look here, man. Let me tell you something.
But I was asking Leader a correct question. So but Leader, why is it certain people get to stay there for the whole time?
for staying up on the
I
road.
can't answer that. I
You
can't
can't
answer.
answer that.
Because
We
that
have
would
a
have been a
fundamental.
breach of their own
Jamaica is
statement.
not a banana republic, you know. Jamaica is not a banana republic. We have a fundamental charter of human rights. You are not permitted to discriminate against anyone. Hold on. JD, you live in a developed country, with a civilized country,
Cataract.
right? So,
Cataract.
break it down here, sir.
How many of the patrons that go and attend the St. James Park training turn around and put the video of the training on YouTube afterwards?
Pardon me?
How many of the
I heard,
patrons that attend the training at St. James's Park after the training put up a
yeah.
video on YouTube of the training?
Go back on YouTube and the training. People have their YouTube and their thing, but those are
No
media. Those are persons in the
video
media.
and put the
No, but
training
my
session and
my
the
point
planning
is
of
none
their
of those people would take that training and put it out to the public. And I don't think that we can say the same for our local media.
No, but hold a second. When a session is open, open means open, right? It means what you're doing is open to the public. And once you open it, anyone there, including just a parent, can turn on their camera and be filming the thing, right? If somebody's a YouTuber, for example, it's obvious that they're live and because they're talking and stuff like that. But somebody could just have on the camera and have them phone open, right?
Okay.
So when you have a closed door session, it is a closed door session. But the way that the world is going now, right? Just for argument's sake, there is not much secret. There isn't much secret that you can keep. People keep track of players. People keep track of the games that you played and the style that you use. So there's very limited things apart from injuries.
But
Right?
them can't find much of the stats them on the youths them we play from Jamaica, because that's why even Brian Mighty say we don't have much stats on the internet for the JPL player them. Worst off the Manico players them don't have no stats on them either. That much we know them play. And them are the player them are being under 17 and some of them come up in the national team as well,
Right.
you know?
But you don't think that the countries have people out here looking at the games?
So now
You don't think that
that's why you want to go close door sometime, Cataract, because you might have people come and spy.
No, I'm not talking about the training session, sir. I said the games. You don't think that they had people out here looking at the Manning Cup final?
Yeah, but yeah. I agree.
And right? The countries that you'll be coming up against, that is basic preparation. That's basic analytics.
Yeah.
Right? So
So basically, you're not agreeing with this censorship thing.
No.
That's what you're saying.
No, I don't agree with that. No, I'm saying that if you are having a closed door session, you may have a closed door session. It's closed to everybody, and we understand why. You get what I'm saying? You might have a thing now where you don't want your starting 11 to be revealed a day before. That's generally why they do these things. And injuries, because you don't want somebody to be injured and lame, and then the team plan and say, okay, we're going to attack down the left flank because Kemar Lawrence was hobbling during the training. You get what I'm saying? So I agree with that. But 3 months away from 3 months away from the Nations League, I don't see why you're locking the door on the public for every session. And it must be published. It must be published in the Gleaner and the Star. It must be told to us on football GPS that we know that we operate in a professional idea. And listen, JD, you see this thing we are talking about, we want to do things professionally. I'm on a cool, you know. Now we're in the world, we're not a full-time teacher, coach.
Okay.
Any other national team that we are going to play. So we have concessions in Jamaica. When we go there, you look and see which other coach is not a full-time coach of the national youth programs. We had another 20 coach who, in the middle of preparation, jetted off to another island to handle his club business. Where else that happened? Dominican Republic did it? Haiti did it? No.
Haiti signed a coach right before. Dominican Republic coach was sick, and they had to brought in a different coach, and then he coached over the phone and carried the information over. That was the two teams that they call it had coaching problems, you know. Yeah,
no, but the coaching problems, sir. The full-time coach, Haiti hired a full.
Yes, that is true. Yes, and Dominican coach was sick. Yes, that is true. Yeah.
Right, but his replacement was full-time.
Yes, the coach. Of course, it's a full-time coach. We know. So
right. So what I'm saying to you is we don't ball about those concessions because we know how things are in Jamaica. We know so no whole heap of money in there to pay a under 17 coach to sit down full time. So we're not lick out and say, boy, a coach has say my teacher, and the coach and the assistant are two full-time teachers. That's what they was told to us during the press conference. Right? We don't hit out against that. We understand because you have to deal with your circumstances, but then don't come and make it look like everything I run professional.
I see where you're going. Continue. Now we see where you're going. Continue.
Hold on, I'm gonna tell you something. Because some people that chat at them, nobody can ban me as a Jamaican. Hear me as a bad man. So go easy. Look here. And leader, you would be aware of it. At each session, we were respectful. We could have gotten up a long time ago and spoken about the serious injury concerns to Louis Watson and at left back and Zimenez and Pearson. People who Louis Watson spent the entire under 20 training camps. Leader don't ever saw you at any camp, but you have your people there. They would have told you that he was injured from the start, the first day of the camp, right up until the match and couldn't play out a match. But you don't want to do things that will damage Jamaica.
Well, look here. One of the things that's happening now, is that anybody they're not really keeping any injured players there. When they basically send them down to rehabilitate and they're still in there, but they're not keeping any injured players in the squad.
And the doctors are there to No, I'm just asking the question. I'm asking. Since they're going professional, I understand where Keter are coming from. He's willing to behave professional. If he weren't he wasn't behaving professional before, he will even improve it. But they have to improve their style as well too. So he's saying that all of those things that they saw and they kept it under wraps, showing that they're actually willing to keep certain things down just to make sure it's not aired, to make sure everything can work. Are they improving those things? So can you state that if a man is there, leader, and somebody pop out him leg, somebody can attend to him instant? Can you attest to that?
No, I can't. Okay. Not on that. But
oh God,
there are certain other basic differences that are happening so far. So as I said, everything is a work in progress because there are a lot of positives that are there compared to before. So I'll have to just give it time. What I can say is that, look here, already we have seen a difference with this under 17. The next under 17 basically they're going to start that one in another 2 months, I don't know if a lot of people are not focused on that the next under 17 that's going to be played in 2 more years actually starts training in 2 months for Jamaica, which is never, I can't remember that ever happening. Right, so the guys that are 15 years old this year, that you'll be targeting for the next under 17 in 2 years, will be starting training in 2 more months.
But that is good. We like all of that. But if you can't assure us that health is there, what the sense of being starting to change in 2 more months if we can't assure the fans that will be instated,
So JD, the question, and I would like if leaders don't, because I not go up this now. Right, so because my reasons were me I go rally back and XYZ. However, are there doctors there? Is there a physio there? Is there an ambulance there?
Remember, I don't work in the JFL. I cannot
No,
say
I
that
know you
there
don't.
is or
Leader, I
there
said,
is not.
leader, I said, I know you don't work there. I know you don't work there, but you have 4 players from your club who are there. Have you checked those concerns? Look here, you're talking about professionalism. How could you have 30 something players at the time they had? It was 35 players they had called up, I think, at the time to you. And you don't have the ambulance is not there. Even though UE has a medical post that you could have paid, you didn't have a doctor who was present. That's professionalism. And at the time, we could have exposed those things, but we didn't want to cause any disruptions. A man who talk about we irresponsible. We could have created havoc because I am sure some parents would have withdrawn or raised caution about having their child there, and there's no doctor and there's no proper emergency response there. Look here, we have seen in American football, you have seen in international other football, you have seen at club matches, players drop down with heart conditions. Right? What should have happened, and I'm touching wood, if that had happened at the under 20 or under 17, there's no doctor there. And a player died. So these are things that we are saying, improve those things. If we are talking about professionalism, because professionalism, if what you want behind closed doors because you don't want some things to come out, that have nothing to do with tactics and whatever. If a man watch you 3 times and him know you're a style of player. Everybody know England I play 4-4 with 2 wing back, and they know what Luke Shaw can do, and they know say Reece James and Walker them are fast, and they know those things. They know Trent Alexander is weak at defense, but he's an excellent crosser. People know these things, so people scout players and scout systems, and they plan. But there is a need to have some things behind closed door. You understand? That's just the real and proper thing. I am not saying that the coach is teaching while he's coaching. I'm saying if you're a full-time teacher and take time off to be a coach of a national team is not a part-time job, because over the year you are supposed to be scouting players, hosting these camps, etc., etc., etc. Am I correct, leader? Is it that when the tournament come up, you get a coach, you take a time off from him work? Because it's just like the players who we say in the Premier League. We have a problem with a man I lift block and bend steel per site and then leave for have a side work, figure trading, figure Premier League. The same applies for the coaching. Am I correct? I'm not correct. Or we get
You're
it
very
wrong?
correct. You're very correct. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's true.
Okay, well,
Yes,
it's definitely sad then. It's definitely sad. Hopefully, we can get everything structured. Obviously, they have started with some structure, so let we give it a little bit of time to see if they are going to improve that. Because obviously, the coach will want to say that we have to sort out this injury situation, like any emergency. I think he's going to bring that to the fort, man. If he doesn't, I don't know what. I just believe that it's going. If we talk about it here, it's going to be something that will be instilled 100%, because they are watching. We have 100 people here. Obviously, they are watching. Somebody must be here telling them. Yeah, because I just saw someone send me a clip of Mr. Hallgrímsson speaking right now, literally right now. So people telling them. People
Well,
bring news fast,
leader.
He's
well,
doing a press
Sakara,
conference training today.
Sorry,
JD,
go ahead.
let me just take one quick that I've noticed, and I'm sure everybody has noticed that all of a sudden we are not seeing Mr. Speed as the only spokesman for the JFF. And I think that is a fresh thing that we're seeing Chris Derring, and then it's Chung. We're seeing other people, coming out, and we need more of this. And we, as I said, we see the under 17 coach we need more of this. And
Yes,
so
we
for
do.
me, this is another thing that we see a little change happening. I don't know,
Positive change.
but
Positive
this is
change.
one of the things that I personally like seeing all of this. It makes a change to show that there are other people that are there that can have a say and let us know what's happening.
No, but it's a good positive change. Nobody can say anything against that. I think I must commend the under 17 coach for having the press conference.
Yes.
I must commend him, right? Because the under 20 coach, I don't know what he was thinking. So I commend Coach Marion Garden. I have serious difficulties with some things, but where there's positive and there's praise is due, you have to give it. You have to give unto Caesar what is Caesar's, right? However, to say to me that you have 30-something young men or thing training and whatever, and you don't have some emergency response there at a national level, that is somehow acceptable TikTok or rubbish here chat and a people life you play with and career. And if JD, you could tell me something, I'm sure there is insurance, and that would be breaching the insurance that they took, that not to have some sort of medical emergency response available.
Well, tell you what, we're gonna ask that. We're gonna ask if they're gonna improve on that. I'm gonna definitely try to ask. Like I'm gonna try and get to the bottom of that. If they're gonna make sure they put that out, because that's mandated, especially in places that it's hard to get an ambulance fast enough. But I think the location that they are at, Cataract, kind of aid them, because it's like 2 minutes for an ambulance to reach there, right? Or less, don't. The distance where they
Yeah,
are,
Yeah,
it's less than
no,
2 minutes,
they have
like 50
one of
seconds.
the top hospitals right
the
there.
hospital,
So
the hospital
50
is nearby.
seconds.
Hold on. The hospital is nearby. It's not right there, right? Because they have to, every time they have to drive out to the bowl and drive wrong and thing.
Yeah,
But
but
it's near enough. It's
it's
near enough. But
it's
emergency
minutes.
response is still emergency response, right? Because ambulances in Jamaica are not free. You have to pay for them.
okay. We have to sit down and look at that, man, and bring it to them, because sometimes people just don't know, The other day when I asked about the social situation, how we are gonna improve those things. At one point, Mr. Speed, like say, in a regional level yet, so we not tackle it as yet. So sometimes I just believe that them might take them time for improve on certain things. I know that the first thing offend you so much, so you're gonna, because when I just look at the camera, I saw Simon, I saw all of the other guys, and they're there, pushing camera in the man face just to see him. So everybody is there. So it's surprised when they're saying they are not letting in certain people. So why is it
No,
man
hold
still
on.
there?
Me never, listen. I never know what time the training is. I never ask. I never inquire. I want to have a business on a job that a thing that pays. You understand? What I did for the under 20 was sacrificial. You understand what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
understand.
And I'm not prepared. I am not prepared to do that when another go round. Maybe in the same way, but if the belief is that you want a footballing culture and you want support and that's the way to go, then man, go ahead. You understand what I said? Is me can easy back and rally back, but just don't set up my juggling for later when I have to go. I have to pay attention to the people in events that I have. They pay money. So, but when we were in 98 and even beyond, the training was at Red Stripe and Spanish Town Road, and it was at Barbican Football Field and East Kings House Road. There was no way to have no closed door training there.
Yeah, we understand. But it's gonna improve, man, Cataract, man. All they need to do is just give out the letters, and make it very much public, or who can reach there or not, when the time comes, and they just stick to it. Simple as that. Whether or not they have a license or they don't have a license, it's okay. Yeah, man,
Good work.
ambulance, I should say, ambulance, it's okay. They just make
No,
sure
no.
they have people on speed dial, so as soon as something happen, an ambulance is close by the first hospital in reserve, ready to come at their location. I think that could be a next good thing as well. Yeah, because in Belgium, the ambulance would not have always been there, but at least they are so much if they are so efficient. It comes like they are actually there. So as soon as they call them, boom, boom, boom,
Jerry,
they're there.
Jerry, you're saying that at a football
No,
match.
not at the football match. I'm talking at the trainings. At the
Yeah,
trainings.
but when you have a training, you have 11v11 games where players collide and thing. That's a game.
Yeah,
You have a
but
practice
no,
match.
but at all trainings, you have 11v11 at all clubs.
No, no, not hold on. No. What I'm saying is, JD, I'm asking you, and I'm prepared to learn. If you're saying to me that these things are not necessary and cataract are just chat
No,
foolishness like
if
in
you're talking
Tafari,
about like a trials, no, like
because
people going in hard for a position. Yes, I think maybe a ambulance is required because people try hard, and when people try hard, it's prone to having injuries and problems. So definitely, and definitely you would require the ambulance. That is true, just like a normal game, because it would have been classified as a normal game. But I'm talking like the training them now, like the under 17 training. It's a training now at this point. It's not a picking team anymore. If they don't have the ambulance there, it would not be the biggest thing because all of these guys know that they're going to be in the team, are bad to worse, they're going to be on reserve. But they're gonna be in the team, so it comes off a little bit different than how you would have looked at it, like the 2 day program. The 2 day program. I'm trying to make the national team, so make a broke a man foot for make the national team. Not saying people saying that, but people they are gonna go out a little bit tougher to make the team. Yes, it requires ambulance there. So the condition do sometimes they need things for the condition. That's what I would say still. But if I don't see them have a ambulance for the under 17 now today, I wouldn't say nothing because it dropped down to 28 people and you have 20 going there for sure. And 8 are gonna be on reserve. So I wouldn't have a big problem. But before I would have a problem with it. You see where how the foreign country would have worked. Because at the situation, they know the scenario can pose more problems. So they want to make sure they can cover those extra seconds that they would have to call the ambulance. But if it gets a little bit more cooler down, simmer down, they wouldn't have to require the ambulance, to be honest.
one just love call my name, but let me just go easy. Cause let me tell you, say so bad brave
All
in
right.
the when I see that real
Cataract,
life, then
why
I know.
why are you why are you threatening the subscribers then? You see why people would think that you should
Listen,
not be going to these games? You haven't
what's
talked
a
about man
threat?
brave.
I said,
What you talk about?
I said, come on, come
GS,
on,
GS,
brave and
you
chatty.
hear?
And when they
No,
see
I
that,
think I think
we never know if they come on stadium. We never know if we never know. Listen,
Cataract, Cataract, you can't.
no, but and leader, I want to understand because there's some differences that I understand it, right? And I participated in other sports professionally, right? I don't just go and chat some man. I chat and never play no professional sport, right? A doctor is one thing, and leader, correct me if I'm wrong, but in thing where you have to give it's not even ambulance, it's called emergency response or EMT, right? There are pieces of equipment that they have, like a defibrillator, um I think might be some oxygen or something like that. I think those are some of the basics. I'm not a medical professional, right? That allows you to respond to a medical emergency if you
Okay,
have a group of people there.
cataract,
Am I correct?
cataract.
Yeah,
You're
go ahead, my
correct,
brother.
but let's look at another
you
thing.
done with your homework already?
Okay. Right now, well, not right now, possibly, but somewhere in the world there are hundreds, thousands of various training sessions probably going on with youth, that sort of thing. What we have to look at now, I'm going to ask, what I know is that normally you make sure that certain members have been um, done courses on
Yes.
basic emergency response first aid, that sort of thing, because I'm sure you don't have a situation where all over the world where you have training sessions going on now. Okay, you're going to have some little thing going on. You don't have um, a doctor on call, but you have people there who have um,
The ability.
done basic,
Hmm.
the ability to render some basic first aid. So I think we're going, when you mention certain things, it's making it look that okay, this is a norm elsewhere. I don't
let me
think so.
let me be more specific, right? When we have a training camp, during those training camps, we had a number of practice games, right? Games, practice matches. They played Dunbeholden, they played Harborview, they went to Westmoreland, played a Westmoreland All-Star.
And at that situation, no, I would expect that yes, you would have it
I
there.
were there. Not at the
No, well, I'm
Harborview,
saying at that
not
situation you would have it there,
Dunbeholden.
but like at
They
basic training session is what I think you are talking about,
So
which seems a little bit.
I'll accept the basic training session. You would have at least a medical doctor because you're going through routines and drills and stuff like that, right? But for a practice match, and but the
Those
doctor
things should be in place.
in place.
Okay. Well, I'm Sir Cataract. Boy, you're different. You're special in a cataract. You're a special human being. So the saga of cataract and the JFF will continue. Even when they're making some different changes, you know? Yes. So hopefully we can see cataract eating his patty up there. Yeah.
When they said making some different, they said making some different changes. When they said, I spoke about the positive of the press conference, and I'm saying to you.
Yeah. But you still come back and talk about full-time teacher, so you're criticizing that they're still a professional, you know?
Yes, but if you professional is that is your profession. That is what you do full time. You can understand what professional means.
Okay. So the dentist is a dentist. I heard that he's gonna set up his dentist location. So once he sets up his dentist location, what are you gonna say? We have a full-time dentist, we have a part-time coach and a part-time dentist, and that's what you're gonna say?
I do not know.
All right, we're gonna wait.
But we're gonna call you. I certainly hold on. I certainly know that in the public sector of Jamaica, right? When you get a job as a public servant, it says in your contract you may not operate any other business nor hold any other job. That this is the full-time job and it's what you concern yourself with fully. Or if you're going to do that, you need to get the specific permission of the permanent secretary, etc., etc. So I don't know what the arrangement is. I don't know where the man have a dentist practice and those stuff like that.
No, I never said he had it as yet. You know what I'm saying? We heard that he was given permission to set up his thing. Like if he comes here that's what I heard. I don't know if it's speculation, but I'm saying if that happens, what are you going to call him? A part-time coach?
Where you heard that?
When he was actually coming, we heard people saying more than one person's. Obviously, I can't believe nothing on YouTube because I never believed them before, so I don't know why I'm believing them now. So maybe it's just some little statements. But I heard the statement that he possibly might have is set up here. So maybe it's not true. So let me leave it alone.
And again, I say to people, Jamaica is not a banana republic. Medical professionals, lawyers, the other category of people. Let me start with medical professional lawyers. You can't just turn up in Jamaica and start run your thing. You have to be certified.
You have to get permission, and you have to. It's not just like that. That
certification. You have to. You get. There's a chief medical officer. And the same goes for dentists, because dentistry falls under the Ministry of Health.
Cataract, you don't know if he has not put in application, submitted his credentials, and so on. So it can happen.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying when people are talking, I'm saying they were speaking as if a man can just turn up here and rent a building and start run a dentistry. There's a process to it. You go and I mean, I don't know if that professional. I've never looked it up, but certainly for lawyers, you can call the general legal counsel and see if the lawyer is registered there. Certainly for medical doctors, you have a number. There's a thing. If you look at your prescription with the doctor stamp, it has the physician's number. Same with the dentist and optician. So it would require a process which vets are the same thing. My youngest brother is a vet, right? When they qualify and get the thing from the United States, they have to come to Jamaica and sit some exams, some local exams, and pass that. So,
all right.
I mean,
all right, big boss.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah, we're going to find in so they will just chop it up in the next 5 minutes or so.
Right. So you're saying that if that were to happen, you would be comfortable with that.
Okay. Well, you answer first.
Yeah, go ahead, the leader. Go ahead, no. Go ahead, no. Cause you set him
Okay,
and
well,
set me
one
up.
of the things I know when I did research on him is that he seemed like he still had his practice there, and it was something that he did. One of the things in Iceland is that a lot of people there who are coaches
Yes, there are two
actually have
jobs.
other things that they
Yes,
do.
yes,
They
yes.
have two things, and it
Okay.
was mentioned that one of the things he uses to clear his mind was doing that. It's something that he does that he also loves, and he does that. So I wouldn't have a
Okay.
problem if somebody does that to keep up their skill, because you don't want to be him to be here for 4 years and not, you understand,
Yeah,
keeping up the
if he
skill
can't
that he
keep a
has.
local camp,
That's
he can't have he don't it doesn't really have anything to do. So I would look at it like, okay, if that's what he said, keep your calm, no problem. You just do your thing, and just continue. Yes, I wouldn't have a problem with it so much cataract. But maybe
Okay.
you're gonna say we are hypocrites.
No, no, and I'm saying, I know that for medicine, um, particularly medicine, um, or even law, or a pilot, for example, they have a certain number of hours that you have to do each year in order to be recertified. So some say go. A pilot have to fly
yes.
a certain number of hours, a doctor have a certain number of procedures. So if in that case, if is it that he's maintaining his thing with a limited number of hours, yes, but then where would we stop? If in 2035 Cataract become the coach of the national team, I'm gonna say to you, say, I want to play sound foot, right? And then in between the
you,
dance them.
No, you're
you
carrying
just
to
you
another
just you
extreme
just you
cataract. There
just
are
know
certain
where you,
skills
you, you
No,
know
that if
where
you
he,
don't use it,
Jason, you
because
know
me have
where the
to,
man
me
is
have to,
going. You know where me da going. From me hear my question, me know say this am going. My God, man.
uh, so no, I think a national coach, particularly in Jamaica, but outside of it, there's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of work. It's not about match day. It's certainly not about just what you do on match day and when you come up in a FIFA window. There's a lot of work in between the FIFA windows. Um, I would presume.
and he has staff. And I can give you a quick bus here now, exclusive. There's one more member of staff to come.
All right, all right. So one more. That's the final
Strength
exclusive.
and conditioning trainer. Strength and conditioning trainer is going to be added soon.
All right, all right. We're gonna stop it there. We have done 3 hours. Obviously we got our answer with Tank Leader, Cataract, Jason, and the great Pastor Colin from Early Out. Yes, so we don't want to take up too much of you guys' time. Thought this video designed to go one way, but it went on the other way. You understand me? So that's how the videos go at times. Yes. Yeah, man. So, guys, thanks very much for tuning in, and definitely subscribe if you're new. Hit the damn like button. Support the stream because at least we have a little sense. And if it's no standard you like videos for, well, I guess we have a
Mm.
Waliba standard. So we should have 4,000 likes every time we turn on this. But it is what it is. But big up and thanks very much. All right, yeah, man. So see you guys in the next one. Peace out.